Jason, you must have been lonely because you were on like every week.
You had a run going there for a little bit. I figured y'all just got sick of me.
Have you missed us? We're back.
Of course. Well, you guys been busy though.
It's been really busy. It's been busy. Busy. Well, and then we were supposed to. We were going to do this last week, and then Sean had 6 cavities.
Got his tooth fucked up,
and so he didn't really. And Melody, how are you? I can see that you have a cat.
Yes.
Yes.
She likes putting her tail in the camera. I see. So.
Yeah, they like computers. I don't know what it is about the keyboard, but
knocking shit off of things too.
She just they do. Look at you right in the face. Yeah. And just knock off everything.
Yes. You don't need
my
this.
cat decided he was going to dig his claws into my laptop one time when I tried to move him off the keyboard, and he popped off several keys. So,
man,
that's my other cat. That's a fat one. This one's just, you can't really see her. But
watch out for your home row.
My cat was laying on my stomach the other day, and something startled the cat. And it dug all of its claws into me as it pounced away from me or whatever. And I'm going to be honest, it hurts. Fucking hurts.
And it hurts later too.
Yeah, it like itches, you know, for a while.
You're a launch pad.
They're stupid claws. They itch.
Itches get stitches.
Yeah. Gage, I can obviously see that you sorry guys, are on dad duty.
Yeah, I mean I figured Parenthood, so just fitting.
I see what you're saying. I see what's going on. All right. Okay. All right. Well, welcome guys. We're gonna play our little game here, and I'm very excited. And it should be fun. All right, Sean.
And now Jared Goes to the Movies presents everyone's favorite podcast game show. It's time for 5 questions, where we ask 6 questions, and the high score is 7. Here's your host, Jared Reddick.
Not ready with the continuing applause there, guys. That was I don't even have it loaded up. I haven't even answered all of the
we have to clap at a different cadence, Sean, if you want it to sound more like one person.
Yeah, so you can anyway.
Well, I think we did pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty damn good. I'm gonna be honest. Hey, thanks you guys. Welcome. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while since gosh, we have not done an episode
in 2 years
since February. Is that right?
Yeah, and the magic of podcasts is that no one will ever know because they just still come out once a week.
Yeah,
but we haven't been together in a year and a half.
Yeah, it's really unbelievable. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little tired. Can you tell? I'm doing a lot of yawning. I've been listening to a lot of yawning.
Yeah, he was huge. Him and Kenny G.
Yeah,
back for a while.
Is that Kenny G? Well, anyway, welcome to 5 questions. I was about to do like we were starting a podcast and like catch up, but see, that's how I'm just out of practice.
Eric, what have you been doing?
It's great to be here with you guys talking 5 questions about the movie Parenthood. With us today, one of our favorites, everybody. Jason Aylesworth is here. Give it up for Dr. Jason Aylesworth. And of course, everybody's favorite new dad, Gage Stricklin. Everybody, Gage. And of course, never without her kitty.
I appreciate the restraint that you.
Oh, shit. Somebody's at the door, guys.
Oh,
what?
Some of a grandfather clock in their house.
No, someone rang the doorbell.
That sounded just like him. That little shithead dog.
Every time someone rings the doorbell.
Yeah, I used to have that, and I'm gonna be honest.
It's better when they go deaf.
I don't miss it. There's a few things that I don't miss about Allie. The poop and the pee.
Yeah.
The poop is fine, actually. The pee is quite just a fucking whole thing.
Yeah.
And
Lots
then
of urine. You're always talking about that.
yeah, and just the goddamn fucking just barking at the door. All right. Anyway, we're talking about the movie Parenthood tonight. It's been a while since we played 5 questions, so bear with me as if I forget the rules. Obviously, you guys know there's a very strict rule guide,
And you were always so good at the rules before we took a little
and
hiatus.
that's what I'm saying too. Yeah, that's what I'm
And
saying
so
as well. Yeah. All right, guys. Here we go. Question number 1. In the movie Parenthood, Kevin was very excited to have what balloon making character
oh
at
yeah.
his birthday party?
Good question.
Thank you. He was excited to have which character
Minor character.
who made balloon animals? It's funny to even think that, like,
Kids were entertained by that
yeah,
ever.
ever.
And not an iPad video of
That's what
people
I'm
blowing
saying.
up
Like,
balloons.
hey, y'all just go run around. Let's go watch the horse shit. Yeah. Fucking thing. All right, guys. I'm gonna go left to right as I see you, and so that brings Gage Stricklin up. Gage, what you got?
Cowboy Dan, gunfighting balloon man. I don't know if you can see that.
Melody, what'd you say?
Cowboy Dan.
Cowboy Dan. Jason Aylesworth.
Yeah, the gunfighting balloon man.
All right, there we go. Cowboy Dan. All right, guys. A bit of a tough question here for you. When Gary's room is searched and she finds the bag that he's been carrying around, she dumps it out onto the bed, and on the bed we see 3 VHS titles. 3 VHS titles that would be great disguises for the kind of filth that this poor
Hardcore.
kid was looking for. What are those 3 movie titles?
I knew somebody. I figured it would be Sean that would ask that, but
Oh, did I steal your question, Sean?
yeah,
I did have it, but then I was like, oh, I'm gonna go for something different.
okay.
But yeah, good job, Jarrett.
You
Thanks,
don't
buddy.
sound so Shawnee
It's
today.
okay.
Oh, there you go.
There he is.
All right, guys. I've given you a little opportunity to write those down. Melody, you are up first. What you got?
I only do Back to the Future, so I guess Star Wars and Goonies.
Very good guess. Jason?
I paused it. I'm like, that's a Sean question. Dragnet, Back to the Future, and Great Outdoors.
All right. And Gage?
All I knew was Back to the Future.
My goodness. All right. Well, Jason Ellsworth, you are correct. All right,
Important
guys.
question in the chat. Do you guys like otters?
I love otters.
Yeah. They hold hands when they sleep.
They're so cute.
They're so cute.
Yeah, they have. I like those things. They have them at the aquarium. I like to sit and
They
watch.
have sharp teeth, but I think I'd take my chances, you know?
Yep, me too.
Jason
For
has
a cuddle.
2, Gage with 1, Melody with 1, and that leads us into the next question. Also about that same scene, guys. In heavy metal, the big 4 are Slayer, Metallica, Anthrax, and Megadeth. What 2 of those bands were represented in Gary's room in one way or another?
Man,
The big 4 are Slayer, Anthrax, Megadeth, and Metallica. Which 2 of those bands were represented
Sean,
one
do
way
you
or
agree
another
with that assessment
in Gary's room?
of the big 4? Or are you mad that Cinderella's not one of them?
They're actually saying, do you know that they're saying, like, if it were the big 5, Testament, which was my favorite band, would be the 5th because they've sold 15 million records.
Well, that's not. You've sold 10 times that many.
Now I've sold 7 million, I believe.
Total?
Yeah, total.
Forever?
I think so.
Man, that
Yeah. I
feel
sounds
like that
like
might be
baloney.
incorrect.
That sounds low.
I think that's low.
I'm going to look it up.
So low.
No.
It's just the lowest.
No.
Just knowing what you put out there, it seems like it would be more than that.
I don't think it is, guys. I don't think it is. But,
But
you know
how
what?
do they calculate that by like streams and stuff? Because that
Yeah, that's a whole
doesn't-
thing. Yeah, that's a whole thing. So yeah, you
okay,
gotta.
so maybe if you take those 2 things.
Yeah. Well, that is not our question here, Jason. Which 2 of the big 4 were represented?
I had to take a guess on the second one, so I went Anthrax and Megadeth.
All right, Gage. What did you say?
I went with the other 2, Metallica and Slayer. because I have
All
no
right.
idea.
And then what did you say, Melody?
Anthrax and Megadeth.
All right. Jason, what did you say again?
Anthrax and Megadeth.
Yeah, that's the correct answer. Melody and Jason, Anthrax. There was a sticker on the door, Anthrax. It said not. Their big thing was not. And then a Megadeth
Not.
thing on the not. Jason 3, Melody 2, Gage with 1. You guys are playing great. And my God, are my questions fantastic today.
Good.
I took lots of notes.
Question number 4 will, of course, be about the movie
What was that
Parenthood.
cartoon dog that kind of always talked like
Ooh,
that? What was his
Droopy.
name?
Droopy.
Claire.
Hey, kids.
He can do this thing with his cheeks that I can't
Yeah.
do. Like, and I can't.
It's almost like
It is on my brother. But the bad guy's name was Slick, so he'd be like, "It going down." Remember, he worked the elevator.
manual elevator.
Yeah, like going up.
I forgot about that thing.
Yeah. I love Droopy. I love Droopy. Droopy. Okay, guys. Question number 4 will, of course, be from me, and it will be about the movie. Parenthood. All right, guys. Okay. In the movie Parenthood. You ready for this shit?
Ready when you are.
How much does Larry actually owe the bookies? Let's go soft.
Larry.
Larry,
We had a Larry and a Gary and a Terry.
Gary.
Larry, Gary, and Terry.
Who was Terry?
Terry was my uncle who used to finger me.
That's right. No, that was Lonnie.
Oh, yeah, it was Uncle Lonnie. Never mind.
Yeah.
So they check a little bit,
Yeah.
and you get confused sometimes.
They said, hey, you want to go watch trains? And I was like, yeah, I'm
I-
super into trains.
I would have had an Uncle Lonnie too, but I didn't know who my father was until I was 46.
So
or
you know what? That's looking on the bright side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Way to go.
Never got
No, I don't
fingered by
mean
your
that he
uncle.
would have fingered me. His name would have just been Lonnie. He
Well,
would
you
have been
never know
Yeah,
that.
you're right. I can't. We shouldn't speak. ill
Let's
of
say
him.
you dodged a bullet and or a finger. Okay.
You were a cute kid. He might have fingered you.
You're right. I was cute enough to be fingered. Everybody thought I was a girl for
Wait,
Christ's
did they look at your face?
sake.
He did when he was shoving it into a pillow.
Ew. Gross. All right. Gage, you are up first. What you got?
26,000.
Melody
26,000.
and Dr. Jason Aylesworth.
26,000.
Of course. 26,000, guys. Very good. All right, guys. Here we go. This is it for me. Dr. Jason Aylesworth with 4, Melody with 3, and Gage with 2. This will be my final question for you guys. And here we go. All right, guys. In the movie Parenthood, what? I'm sorry, I can't fucking think of one. Hold on just 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves.
Well,
I'll give you a topic.
Okay.
Uh,
Otters. More about otters.
early Hungarian cabinet making.
I prefer postmodernist Hungarian cabinet making. If I'm being real honest,
Which I
I
understand.
think the golden years of like 1864 to
Mhm.
1878
Right.
probably. I mean, I guess an argument could be made
Yeah.
that kind of the post-industrial 1931 to 1939 period
Yeah.
probably holds a greater place in the hearts of critics, but
Okay,
I
that
think
was
from
great.
people who purchase.
Okay. That's enough. All right. Thank you, Eric, for
You're
that.
welcome.
All right, guys. Here we go. Question number 5. When Larry gets home, he has to introduce. He does a terrible job of introducing Cool to the rest of the family. When he does finally tell them about where his son Cool came from, he had been living with a showgirl who was in what production? He had been living with a showgirl who had been
Lola.
in what? She was a dancer.
Da-da-ba-ba-da-da-da.
All right, Melody, what'd you say?
Elvis on Ice.
Okay, Jason.
Elvis on Ice.
All right, and Gage.
Elvis on Ice.
Wow, even with an infant, they all got it. That's right, guys. Jason, no surprise with 5. Melody doing great with 4, and Gage, a very, very impressive 3. And it is time now for
Joaquin Phoenix and Rick Moranis, who both starred in Parenthood, would later go on to voice the characters Kenai and Rut in what 2003 Disney animated film?
Wow.
Joaquin Phoenix and Rick Moranis, who both starred in Parenthood, would go on to voice characters Kenai and Rut, respectively, in what 2003 Disney animated film?
Yeah, I got a pretty good idea too.
Bet you don't.
But
No, mine. I don't think mine.
Uh-oh. She's backtracked on that
Doubting
fast.
What? No,
not you.
not you, baby.
Did you know Metallica is one of the big 4 metal bands, along with Anthrax, Testament, and
Not Testament, Anthrax,
Whoopsie.
Slayer, and Metallica. What you looking for, babe?
a pooter? Is it in that bag right there?
Bet there's one in there.
Is it in that Yeti?
Okay, don't tell me you don't have multiple computers.
No.
You shock me.
Okay, guys. Let's go with the what do we think? Jason, what you got?
I have 2 Mickey Mouse tattoos, and I finally get a Disney question. Brother Bear.
Very good. If that's right. Gage?
Yeah.
I went with Debbie Does Dallas.
All right, Melody.
I went with Brother Bear.
Brother Bear is correct.
Wow.
Wow.
That is really, really good. Well, this is pretty cut and dry where we're at, Melody. That was an amazing game. Unfortunately, you will not win today, but you can bask in the fact that you did not get the most incorrect answers out of everybody. Jason, all you can do is sit back, relax, and hope that Gage does not know the answer to Sean's super hard question. Gage, if you get this right, you win. If you don't get it right,
Awesome,
you're not a loser, but you did not win, did you?
It's time for Sean's questions, the 7th question, and sometimes it's hard.
All right, Gage. 3 categories: Academy Awards, Reggie Jackson, John Hughes.
Academy Awards.
Parenthood's cast includes 4 Oscar winners and 2 Oscar nominees. Who are the 4 Oscar winners in Parenthood?
Congratulations, Jason.
Well, we know that
have no-
the dad won one.
Jason Robards.
Correct.
Yeah, and then Larry won one for Amadeus. Am I right?
Amadeus.
He didn't. No.
That did win Best Picture, but it don't
He did not win. Okay, who else?
It was Mary,
Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix, and Diane Wiest.
What did Mary Stuart Masterson win for?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't look that part up.
What about Diane West? What did she win for?
You know what?
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, thanks, babe. Oh, and it's look, and I can think of you while I drink it too.
Is it the eyelashes?
Yeah, it's the
Oh, I love
eyelashes.
that cup.
Are you having wine too?
I'm gonna check it.
You're gonna do what?
Champagne.
Oh, hey, and congratulations!
Yay, Oh, you idiots are still here?
Hey, that was a really good game. I mean, and you know what? I'm surprised that we made it through.
What do you have? What is going on
Yeah,
over
it's
there?
fucking weird because basically I've got a new computer. And so I gave my old computer to. We just have fucking. You have this because and we know you have a fucking computer graveyard at your house. too.
Yes.
And when they all get put into the same area, like nobody knows which charger is theirs, and it's just a whole
Yep.
goddamn thing. Anyway, I'm very proud of all of us for the seamlessity
Seamlessity, I think.
Seamlessity of that game.
Sounds
We
right.
all did a great job, especially me. That was
I don't know. We should take 6 weeks off every week.
So fresh.
and also you guys are like way funny. I fucking forgot that you guys
Yeah.
are. But I was wondering why you thought there was champagne up here.
We've been doing that.
God damn it, Sean!
Uh-oh.
You get one fucking job.
Sean has one job. You are funny, aren't you?
I'm killing it tonight.
Woo!
All right, man, tonight might be a doozy. Y'all might want to hang out for this one. Hey, Gage, thanks for playing. buddy.
Congratulations on his 10th appearance today.
And oh my God, he won a
Oh,
the participants plaque.
Yeah.
Man, all the things.
Nice.
And that means that Melody is 2 away from that, and Jason working towards that 5th winner's plaque. Holy shnikes. We're going to catch up on that. It's my New Year.
No.
Sorry. All right. Anyway, we should get out of this. Thanks, you guys, for playing. And as always, you guys know we couldn't do this without you. So we really, really appreciate y'all. And it's good to be back. See you guys soon.
Hit the
Later.
road, Jack.
Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more.
Sound like Luke Bryan singing it.
Hang your shirt out on a limb.
Rolling on 45.
Wasn't it? I heard him talk the other day, and he talks like
the way
that
he
too.
sings. People
Oh, yeah.
from Georgia that really like hillbilly ass Georgia accent sound like that, because there was another guy on TV, and I can't recall at all who it was, but like interviewing somebody.
Hey, man.
And yeah, it was, hey, can you tell us about your new movie project?
I don't know what it is, but my allergies are really bad, and that really like actually hurts the muscle in my neck to do that. Hey,
I've had that
hey,
before.
man, oh, man,
Like right
oh
here.
my God, it's like I mean, like it actually hurts,
Mhm.
not like
Is it
like that's-
allergies?
Yeah, it's
Or
gotta
too
be
much.
too much dick sucking.
Yeah.
That
Does
I've
that hurt your
read.
throat?
I've
Listen,
read.
and it can do that. I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Right, only if somebody's driving.
My
which-
Uncle Lonnie always
I like
was
how
like,
you loop that back in.
See,
had his
See?
neck issue.
he had, well, it was that size of that Adam's apple, man.
Well,
Anyway.
it was the amount of straining that I've heard he did.
Boy, he
We'll
was
stretch it out.
very attentive.
Okay, guys. Here we go. Did we go out to the Facebooks and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're going out to
The crowd.
what's this one? That's my Facebook. Our Facebook.
Buy me
Oh, okay. So
something.
we're on my Facebook, and then oh, that's cool. Anybody who is here for my Facebook, thanks for being here. Just know that you will lose part of this show. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just do the show. The whole show. Intro.
We have to start with an intro.
Yeah.
Do the whole show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jarrett Goes to the Movies, a weekly podcast where Jarrett Reddick and friends get together and talk about a movie that they watched that week. Plus, whatever the hell else is on their minds. Get ready for the best hour and a half you'll have in the next hour and a half. Here they are, Eric, Casey, Sean, Amy, and because he's famous, his name's on the show, Jarrett. Welcome to Jarrett Goes to the Movies.
This is my volume that you're messing with, and it's like it's going wickle wickle wickle. It's like you're mixing.
DJ
Yeah, that's me.
Casey.
That's me. I'm just plugged in the. It's completely gone now. Just turn it all the way back up. Yeah, that's great. It says everything's mislabeled right now. We're getting a new one of those, by the way. I tried to get a new one.
Ooh. Okay.
Patreon supporters, if you ever wonder where your money goes, it's to a box
that
about the
fucking-
size of a deck of cards.
And a new label maker.
That fucking piece of shit.
Brother P Touch Plus
Yes.
Pro.
Oh God, I love making
I
labels.
know.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys could
I figured these ones.
I
were
could
the
be
other
alone
ones. I
on a
was gonna-
Saturday night. What do you want to do? I want to make some labels.
just label some shit.
Just crayons. It's like it already says that on the goddamn box.
No, but not like
you don't need
that.
a label for that. I know.
Yeah, but loose ones get in there, like that's the whole thing. Guys, welcome to the show. This is Jarrett Goes to the Movies, and boy, now I'm completely gone now.
Boy.
And now I'm completely back now. And man, we are having a time in here. Remember back in the day when Sean, when you first started and the first 45 minutes of every show was trying to get shit to work?
I don't miss that.
That was 3 months ago. We were still doing that.
We've been doing. Sean's been doing a great job. I say we.
Sean's
like I do
killing
shit.
it.
I don't do anything.
I will say this though, and Sean will agree, and it's actually getting better.
You better.
We use this thing called StreamYard from the interwebs, and the only reason we started using it was because of COVID and the fact that we had to figure out a way to be able to do this all remotely and stuff. And they just continue to add shit to that thing. Like I don't know if they aren't at the forefront of this medium that they're doing or whatever, like people being able to do broadcasts from different places, then they should be, because it's fucking awesome. So if you're thinking about starting a podcast with people who aren't around or whatever, like, man, we play our games.
Think again about your life.
All of our trivia games that we do with the various bands and all that, we use StreamYard, and it's great. Anyway, so you guys,
we're in no way paid by StreamYard to encourage its use. We're just a big fan.
Now, it's been a while.
You're gonna see that a bunch of times tonight.
Yeah, probably.
That's true.
We haven't been. We haven't done this in a while.
7 weeks.
Has it been 7 weeks?
It was March 23rd.
Oh, okay.
Last
So
time
it
we were
wasn't
here?
as long ago as I thought, but still, that's a long
That's a
time.
while.
I mean, we're recording this on May 16th. Now, I will say this. The last one we did was long enough, and
God,
I was intoxicated enough by the end of that we probably needed to take 7 weeks off.
I had to Uber home from that one.
Yeah, well, that was the idea in the first place.
I know, but there was a part of me that was like, I'll probably just get over there and hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not.
No.
Now, Woody Chambers was here. He brought a designated driver. That was smart.
His 9-year-old daughter.
Yep.
Yeah.
She did great, by
Oh,
the
man,
way.
that girl can fucking drive.
Okay.
But yeah, that was great. So I hope you guys have enjoyed those Back to the Future episodes. Did anybody from the cast, listen to any of it?
I have not.
No.
What do you mean, Sean? You didn't listen
Why
to it?
would we do that?
I thought you were asking like after it's been released.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
We lived it, man. There's
Yeah.
no need to go back into that.
I think by the time we were talking about Back to the Future 3, I was about as drunk as I was when I watched it.
Were you drunk when you watched it?
Oh my God,
Oh.
shit-faced. Like we had a whole day over at Mark and Bonnie's house, the first day of their pool, and their kids were in town and stuff. And so we had this huge day of doing the hanging out. And so it went.
Oh, I left you there that day.
You left me there that day, and we ended up, and he was just like, Mark was like, just hang, we'll just watch it here. So we watched it from their hot tub,
Oh, that sounds awesome.
It was awesome, but I was in no shape to be working. But I had my phone out, making my notes.
Something about a hot tub makes me 4 times drunker than I was when I got into it.
That's a thing.
Or pool.
Yeah, well, beer flows like the wine
of Capistrano.
The sheep of Capistrano salmon.
That
whatever.
sounds right. Have you been doing anything in the last 7 weeks? Anybody do anything?
It's been pretty busy, man.
Did you learn karate?
I don't need
Underwater.
to know. I don't need to know karate. I know crazy.
Yeah.
But underwater karate, yes, I have. Baby, you trying to pop in?
Sean, would you email me the link? I'm sorry.
We still can't get her. We need to figure that
A
out.
fax number for you.
I have this weird feeling that if every time I open this computer, I didn't just put remind me tomorrow on the update, it'd
Mhm.
probably send me the thing faster.
Yeah, you're probably
you
right.
can just fax her the
I've been
QR
doing that for a
code.
solid 2 years.
You're on Mac OS
Right.
Leopard.
Yeah. Every
still.
time you pull it up, it says messages can't work, and you're just like, we need to update.
I'm
And
not kidding
It'll send
you.
them to me. I'll just take like 45 minutes.
If you asked me what OS I was running on this, I would have said Leopard or Snow Leopard.
Oh, are you?
Oh yeah, I don't even know what I have. It's not even an animal anymore. I don't think.
What
No,
is it?
I'm on No, what am I on?
Oh.
Big Sur.
No, I have.
I am Big Sur. SUR. Big
Yeah.
Sur. right?
SIR.
Monterey.
Sur.
This is
Sir.
Monterey now, and it's purple. And
Well,
yeah, I
That's
got a
cool.
new computer, and
God, you mentioned that already. Christ, we get it. You got a
Get
new
it.
fucking computer.
looks the same. Oh wait, you
Oh,
don't
it has
have
a "Don't Panic"
you-
sticker on it.
No,
cool.
it doesn't have Adnan did it on it.
it doesn't have what? Adnan. Yeah, no, it doesn't have Adnan. I got 2 stickers on there right now, but I got a couple that I'm gonna.
What's that other one?
Don't panic. It just
I
reminded
see that
me
one.
not
What's
to-
the other one?
CTM?
What are you trying to show us, Jared?
Clear Tune monitors, our new in-ear monitors that Bowling
Oh,
Pursuit
yeah.
uses.
Oh,
and-
those are cool. Are those the ones that with the dog on Chris's?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
those are cool.
Chris has Sherman on one and Wally on one. I have the Screeching Weasel one, and Milo from Descendants on the
What
other.
is Screeching Weasel on Urban Dictionary?
That's a great question. Let's go look it up. Casey?
Let's
She's
find
already
out.
Casey.
There she
typing.
goes.
Already typing away, as you can hear her fingers going. Oh man, I
can't
missed
wait.
you guys.
This is great.
Missed
I'm
you
serious.
too.
Is a great band.
Oh,
That's what it says?
Yep.
that's rude.
Interesting.
Awesome pop punk band.
All right. Well, there you go. They are.
The act of swallowing a lit marijuana blunt to avoid confrontation or arrest from police.
A Screeching
Oh my
Weasel.
God, that's
There
a
we go.
fucking like that is a useful thing.
That's
Yeah,
a
but
really
it
good
doesn't
one.
sound very sexual.
It doesn't have to be. It's just
Oh, I thought it
inappropriate,
had to
think.
be, a woman cracks an egg and puts it in her vagina, and then you get a straw and suck it out,
man.
and then you spit it back in their mouth. The aristocrats.
Yeah. Ta-da! Now we toured the UK. Great tour. For those who don't keep up with Bowling for Soup, Gary had to leave the tour early because he was not feeling well. We actually cover that on the newest episode of the Rockstar Dad Show, which you can, by the time this comes out, listen to anywhere you want. It is a extremely raw and touching interview. And I don't mean that in the way that like your Uncle Lonnie would want it to be.
Yeah, y'all didn't have sex.
At all.
Okay.
No, that day.
Well, that's how
With
you
each
lose
other.
listeners, Jarrett. So.
Well, he was very forthcoming about everything that he experienced and tells the whole story. So it's worth a listen. I probably in my top 5
Oh.
Rockstar Dad shows ever. And we've been at it for a while. So y'all can check that out. But anyway, I came home. I was home for a while, not very long, until I had to leave on a radio tour of Texas to go around and introduce myself to radio peeps. And
Howdy, I'm Jarrett Ray Reddick.
yeah, that's pretty much what I did. And I did do the Chuck E. Cheese voice for a few of them. It's it's such different interviews than I've ever done. Like it's very much like almost back to like Radio Disney, where I keep expecting them to go like, "What's the favorite thing your mom makes?" And I'll just be, oh my God. Boy, I wasn't expecting that. Beef stroganoff, I guess.
Insults?
Yeah. Yeah.
Crippling anxiety.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. But no, it was really good. And then I'm actually leaving for the UK again here in just a few days. So
Jeez.
I'm jet setting for a while.
Oof.
Yeah, we're actually going to have quite a time trying to make content without having some days off. during the summer.
How different does it feel now? Obviously, you guys have toured for 25 years
Mhm.
or so. Then
Yep.
you had to kind of forcefully take a year and a half, 2 years off.
Yeah.
So how does it feel getting back into it? And is it different at all? Or
It's definitely different. Like there's yeah, I mean, because there's still friends of ours that are getting sick on the road and having to stop doing shit, so like they're having to take it's it's not 10 days anymore, but it's 3 days. It doesn't like a COVID thing doesn't shut down an entire tour anymore, but it's definitely canceled some shows. So we didn't do any live press. Tried to keep our world as small as we could. But even then, man, when you're on a tour like that with three bands, everybody's got crews, and you've got drivers, and you've got all the promoters, and there's so many moving parts. There's just people in and out of your life. You can only make yourself, your world so small. We just did the best we could. And but yeah, it's definitely different. And I mean, but people understand. I mean, like if you've seen any of the VIP pictures, it's like
the y'all
people
stand back.
We're like on the stage,
and
they're standing at the stage, and it's like, sorry guys,
Yeah, this is as close as you get.
This is as close as you get, and it does say socially distanced photo in the description or whatever. We only had a few people that get a smart mouth about it, but I mean, but we're also. There are a few people in wheelchairs or whatever where they couldn't get to where we, so we would go.
I did not expect that.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Nobody did. No. So we would go around to the front and obviously go out and take a photograph with them. And of course,
losers.
You're right. But yeah, it's been pretty damn busy. How about you, man? What have you been doing besides just making terrible jokes all the time?
I've been doing that, a lot.
Just by yourself at home.
Yeah. So I went to Ohio for Kelsey's mom.
She said she needed a break.
Okay, so here we go.
Yeah.
All right. So first of all, we're going up there for Kelsey's mom, who is getting married. And the whole family went. Dan and Kristen, who you guys know.
Yep.
Kaylee and Justin, all the kids. We were at the Comfort Suites in Brunswick, Ohio. Took over the lobby area just kind of as our home base because about 6 of the families were all staying there. It was a nice time, and the wedding
basically made it to where the person at reception couldn't just watch our stories.
Oh yeah,
like they just want everybody.
She was trying to watch Harry Potter.
Go to your fucking rooms,
and we weren't having that.
I can't watch my. So I can watch.
So about, man, it starts way before we leave for the trip.
Sorry, buddy.
Casey's popping another bottle. Casey's popping another bottle. It was a pretty good impersonation of myself.
Yeah.
I've sent you videos of both of my kids, the 7-year-old and the 3-year-old, singing "Come Back to Texas."
Well, and the great thing is the 7-year-old, I've been getting those now for 3 years?
Yeah.
Well, I guess 4 years because I knew you when.
You knew me
when Greer was born.
And now he does like his impression of his dad's impression of you.
Yeah.
When he does it.
So at some point,
fucking tainted it.
So we keep talking about how we're going on this trip to Ohio. And then we get to Ohio and we're in Ohio for Nana's wedding. And at some point, the kids had sung that so much that Kelsey just looks at me and goes, "Since when did this just become like our family theme song?"
I love that.
This Ohio come back to Texas.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it makes sense though.
It does.
It makes sense.
So the trip was awesome. One of the worst things happened to me, and I have intentionally not brought it up to you. I've had those for years, so that is manageable.
Long car drive though, right? Like
yeah.
We did fly into Detroit. Our arms were tired, and we got you guys heard this Airbnb, right?
Yep.
Well, they have the same thing for cars called Turo.
Yeah.
What?
My brothers used it.
$1,000 cheaper for us to fly into Detroit and get a Turo and drive 2 hours from Detroit to Cleveland than it was to just fly from Dallas to Cleveland.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
It's hard to fly with a family now. I'm a bit of an airline and hotel snob, a bit, and so I will only fly on certain airlines, and stay at certain places, and I've always been like that. By the way, like that's not just something that I do because I'm famous as shit now, but it is fucking expensive to fly with kids right now, man. I mean, we're going on a vacation and Emma and Everett are going, but Jack isn't now. And he was like, "Hey, you think you can cancel the flight?" "Yeah, buddy, don't worry about it. I can cancel it."
Not a problem. Well, yeah, you're right. It was traveling with checking 4 bags. Every kid's got their backpack. We've got our carry-ons. We're checking 2 car seats.
What airline did you fly?
American.
Attaboy.
All right, so
baby.
So here's what happens. The first night we get to Ohio, we're there pretty early. As family start getting checked in, getting to their rooms, we decide, will we go to dinner that night? And then we stop at the gas station, get some beers, gonna hang out down in the lobby. You know, the kids, Zoe was with us, so she can watch our younger ones upstairs, you know, had all that covered. There's another group down there. We're just minding our own business. There's another group at this table, and they look like they're there for some sort of work, like, thing, but they are playing cards and they're drinking and just, you know, have done their day of training or whatever. Well, I get super sleepy about 1 o'clock and just take off back up to the room, and Kelsey stays down there with her family. And the next morning, she's like, "You're not gonna believe what happened when you left." Well, what happened? Well, this group comes over and they just want to start like making themselves part of our group, and they're talking, and they're like all in their mid-20s and kind of loud and whatever. She's like, and they start asking us about what we think about Aldi, the store. Aldi. All these people are like district managers or store level managers for the retail grocery chain Aldi.
Yeah. And this is why you start texting me and Josh Good
And
about
my heart just
All these nuts.
sunk into just the bottomless black soul pit that exists inside of me, because how many motherfucking times have I dropped an Aldi's nuts in your fucking mouth joke on this show?
And you weren't there?
In real life.
And
I got so drunk that I had to go upstairs, and these people, and I mean, God, the whole rest of that day, I mean, we had stuff to do, and the girls are getting their nails done, and we're, you know, taking the kids to an arcade to try to keep
sorry that happened.
And you couldn't do anything.
And I just kept thinking about like how rad it would have been for them to come over and start their little chit chat, and I would have been nice, and then they would have said, "What do you think about Aldi's?" And it would have been like, "What do you think about all these fucking nuts in your face?" or whatever. And
really sorry.
I was denied the opportunity.
And they were in
to
their
do
20s,
that.
so you wouldn't have even been threatened by them to do it.
Yeah,
just-
exactly.
Damn.
If ever a time where everything that I love in the world kind of comes together in one magical moment, and I was just upstairs asleep, and it kind of put a damper
I will
on the
make
rest
sure
of the
that
thing.
you are in a focus group for an Aldi's at some point in your life for a holiday or for your birthday.
Okay, that would be amazing.
Really special.
The only other thing about Ohio is that, contrary to a certain particular song, pop culture wise, about how there's nothing wrong with it except snow and rain.
Sure.
It did rain while we were there. That was not a problem. And if you're from Ohio and listening, this is directed exactly at you as a person. The drivers in Ohio fucking suck.
Even worse than here.
Okay, here's the deal. I think it was George Carlin who said, and I'll just paraphrase, that anyone on the highway who drives faster than you is an idiot, and anyone who drives slower than you is a moron. Well, everyone in Ohio is a fucking moron. They act like it's the first time they've ever been in a car in their entire life. Every single person. It's just, in Dallas, you know what to expect.
Yep.
If you're not driving 95 in the left lane, you will get run over, and that is your own goddamn fault.
You
You know
you
you have got to get over.
Right.
And
Yeah.
if you decide you're going to stay there, you've got to live with the consequence of either someone right on your ass and whipping out and turning back in. But you just know
You're
that
gonna get
in
flipped
Ohio, it's just everyone driving 57 in a 65, and maybe you follow them for a little while and they're not going to be, and so you get over, and then they'll just kind of change 4 lanes at one time without a blinker, but not fast, not like I'm in a hurry to get somewhere, just like, I guess I'll just go ahead and get over your 4
I bet they're all like
lanes while
super.
I'm
They're all super
driving.
nice people, though. You know it.
No,
Like,
they're
every
not.
Single one of them.
They're all,
You know,
they're all
I don't think I've ever met a
morons.
mean person from Ohio.
This is the thing, though, is like, I wonder what that is about. No matter where we go, and no matter who comes here to visit, we always have a problem with the way other cities and states drive. Like
California's scary.
Like we've forgotten, we've not forgotten. We've all learned this method of driving that we do in this particular city. And if we're anywhere else in the world, people are fucking idiots, right?
Yeah.
But
Yes.
then people come here and they're like, Jesus Christ, people don't know how to drive here.
I get that it can be scary because it feels like an F1 race every time you get on anything that's not
Yeah.
just a residential street. I get that. But I mean, I have been cut off and flipped off by someone in a big lifted, Silverado or F-250, but they still used their fucking blinker as they were going like 100 right by me.
That is
And
such a good point.
They just, put it on, yank the wheel, give me, a big fuck you as they go, and they go on their way. But these people,
Just congratulations, Brandon sticker in the back.
oh yeah,
Congratulations.
congratulations, Brandon.
Yeah, all that shit.
Can we start printing
It
those?
has been a while.
Just like
So-
just confuse people. Like
that not what the
congratulations,
saying is?
Brando. Like
Way to
just
go.
fucking.
Is that not what it is?
It's way to go.
No,
Way
I
way
like
to go, Brandon.
No, I like that. Let's
Damn
fucking
it.
let's confuse everybody and just start making like
They're like, wow, he did it
yeah, like
Congrats, Brandon.
again.
yeah, like happy housewarming, Brando.
Yeah, I like it.
Just
Yeah.
and just make T-shirts
many-
and let's see if people buy them.
This is off topic, but how many fucking what is it? Way to go?
Way to go.
Way to go, Brandon tattoos do you think are in the world?
Oh
right
my gosh, probably an embarrassing.
It's
amount.
let's
I
go.
bet
It's let's go.
Oh,
Brandon.
Way
now?
no.
Okay, let's go,
Brandon.
Brandon.
No, okay,
Way
now-
to go.
I'm in your
Way
camp
to
now.
go,
We fucked it up.
Brandon. That's right. Way to go, Brandon. Yeah.
We're proud of you.
Here we go. What is it? What is the real
Let's
go.
go.
Happy
Let's go,
birthday.
Brandon. Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Braden.
Brandon.
Mike from Florida says, Happy Mother's Day, Brando.
Brando.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So
Yeah.
anyway, that was Ohio.
Happy bar mitzvah.
Hey, how was your
Brandon-
Mother's Day?
Brandon-
Did you
Braden.
guys have a good Mother's Day?
I mean, for me, it was kind of shit.
Yeah.
We were in Ohio. It was the day after the wedding,
Mm.
and we
I thought you meant because you're a dad, not because of your
Hey,
mom. That's
here's
the only
a-
reason I laughed.
Here's a off-topic question.
Oh, were you asking about my mother? I don't fucking know how her Mother's Day was.
Okay,
you know
now I
what?
feel like a dick, and I'm like,
Yeah.
terrible relationship with
Fuck
your
your
mom.
mom.
Fuck
my
you.
Have fun
God.
crying.
That is not what I meant. at
You
all.
crying bitch.
But
Oh,
serious question. Serious question, Eric. Like you go to Kelsey's mom's wedding, is everybody like, okay, you guys must be next? You and Kelsey, like, I
Well-
bet it's time now. Hey, it's probably time to put a ring on it.
Yeah, well, she has a ring. I mean, she's had a ring for years, and she's had a new ring since then. We're just not in a rush. I think maybe Kaylee and Justin will get married next, but no,
Oh,
nobody.
they're not married
see-
either?
No,
Just everybody in that whole family
everybody
just
is
lives
sinful.
in sin. huh?
Yeah,
That's why your mom doesn't talk to you anymore.
probably one of the
Yeah.
many reasons.
We figured it out, man.
Yeah,
Happy living in sin anniversary,
yeah.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Jesus doesn't love the way we sex outside of marriage
We had a
5
good,
times a year.
we had a good Mother's Day here. We went to Amy's, as is tradition now.
That is true.
And we all just the kids ran around.
Got
and we,
drunk.
yeah, we drank some stuff.
Got fucked
Watched
up.
an F1 race.
That's right. Casey got into it.
I watched
a little
it.
bit.
They
Watched
watched
it.
that fun race. I watched the Mavericks outside, and yeah,
F1's got to be a little more. F1. I don't know what that
Wow.
was. Why F1? F1's got to be a little more fun to watch than NASCAR, right? Which is just
Oh,
left turn
absolutely.
after
I
left
don't
turn.
know. I've always wanted to have a white trash bash at a NASCAR race.
No.
I think we should do that. I think it would be fun to
Oh, I
do
could
that,
drink
but I just
myself.
think
So fun.
the actual sport of drive. It seems like once you get in the front in a NASCAR race, that should basically be the end of it, right? It's just a
'cause
circle.
You got to do these pit stops. You got to change your tires.
Get
and
some
shit.
peanuts for your Dr. Pepper. and-
Deodorant.
Full thing.
Ooh, that
yeah,
too.
full thing. You got to chug a milk.
Are you that country? Are you peanuts in a Coke country?
No.
What? That's a real
Oh, yeah.
Sprees. We put sprees. in-
I feel like
in
I
Coke
just
back
joke.
then.
Like
Yeah.
I get the concept. I think it would taste good. I just know I would die.
Peanuts in a Coke isn't country. That's just old.
It is a country because that's what Barbara Mandrell
Absolutely.
says.
She's
That's what I'm saying. That's
she was putting
fucking.
peanuts
They
in
called
her
her.
Coke.
They called her a country bumpkin for sticking to her roots. But we're all
She's
in a
glad in
country
country
where
where
we're all free to choose.
Hey, I was country.
Woo!
Country. Listen, cool. He fucking comes out on that live deal and he blows it. he misses most of the harmonies. He's just
Aw,
fucking like
no,
He's the possum. He's not. He's there to be drunk and
Me
fuck.
and Eric were gonna do that for karaoke, and then the world shut down.
he comes in and like 90% of the harmonies are wrong. But
I love that
10%
song.
of
He
a
fucking
release-
ruins it for me all the time.
No. I love that song, but in my adulthood, I go back and listen. I go, oh my god, he is fucking missing half of these.
Well, and it's such a kind of.
It
It
was
starts
live,
with the
it's fine.
piano, do, 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 do,
Yeah.
do, and then he just comes in like a wrecking ball there about
does.
2/3 of the way through.
Fucking
Well,
Miley.
that was country.
Yeah, and everybody loses
Oh,
their
hey,
shit or whatever.
hey.
And then just
Shut
He just
out.
got into it.
George
Jones,
Yeah, George
Rest in
Jones.
peace,
Barbara
possum.
Mandrill.
Yeah, he's the he's the voice. You know,
He
he's
is.
the fucking voice of country music. There's no doubt about it. You know, but again,
Agreed.
that's not his best performance. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know?
What is? Well, I don't know. Amy, how was your 7 weeks off?
Man, what a conversation that literally like nobody fucking.
I just don't want to talk shit about George Jones.
No, I
don't.
think I think it's the put the wreath on the door or whatever. Like that's a masterpiece.
He stopped loving her today.
That is a masterpiece.
Yeah, because he died.
No, Master P is make him say
Na
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 na.
na.
And then he's like,
Okay, now I know what that is.
then
Yeah.
he's like and he's a
And he had a
pretty
little,
good basketball player.
Sure.
Mr. T? Yeah, he's pretty
Master
great.
P.
Oh, thought we were talking about Mr. T. He
I
is a
die
great
before I fly, Hannibal.
always with the flying. It's just a helicopter, just a fucking copter. The Huey.
Hey, boy.
Why are we calling them Hueys now? They're choppers. You know what that's from?
Nope.
Johnny Five is
Oh,
alive.
Number Johnny 5.
He calls him no disassemble.
No, disassemble. Hello, honey. What is for dinner?
I know. Why are we doing this in an Indian accent? Is that the way it is?
Fisher Stevens is in
Yeah.
that. Me and Derek were talking.
Is
about
he
me and
Indian?
Derek. Me and Derek had a CEO day the other day, where we just we're our own boss, so we just took off at noon and hung out in the pool,
Mhm.
and we were talking about that movie and how like if there was supposed to be a new one, but with all of the cancel culture these days, like. Would Fisher Stevens be able to reprise that role? Like, there's the whole Abu thing, right, with The Simpsons about like white dudes, you know, pretending to speak like that or whatever, which is just a fucking impression. You know, it's a whole thing.
The answer is no. You can do.
You can't do it. But I mean, if that was the role that he already played, right?
Nope.
Okay,
Still
wait. We're
couldn't.
not allowed to do impressions of people now.
Nope.
Is that?
Not of anybody.
Not
Like
anymore.
honestly, like you can't
You
even.
can do an impression of another white dude.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Well, man, I feel like that sucks.
Who is that? I don't know who that is.
Vanilla Ice.
My friend Reggie Brown, that I went to school with.
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice did all the cocaine and.
Hey,
dope
I'm
sales.
Reggie Brown.
What was that fucking documentary we just watched for Vanilla Ice? Was with all
Cool
the
as Ice.
strippers and the.
Fucking great documentary, guys. It is called hold on, I'm gonna tell you. This is actually it's
It was called To the
Odyssey or
Extreme.
he rocks the mic like a vandal.
Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance. Yeah, that's it, right?
It's a speaker that booms.
No, something. Are you looking up or do I need to look it up?
Yeah, I'm looking it up. Must have been on a
Is a documentary about Vanilla Ice. So is that what we're getting at?
Operation Odessa. And it's fucking great. It's essentially about this like a mob guy. Relax for a second here. Jesus Christ. It's a mob guy and this fucking Russian dude.
In Midland.
No. And then this Floridian rich guy who essentially they essentially try and they fucking try and sell a fucking Colombian mob a Russian submarine. It's wild.
Yeah, the guy like just moves here and it's just like, I want to make a bunch of money in Miami, and so he just like joins the mob and just makes a bunch of money, and then just buys a Russian military submarine.
But it's the like there's so
You have
many
to watch
things
it.
about
It's
this
so good.
story that
It's a
are
real story.
Yes,
Real-
they're literally interviewing people who are like still on America's Most Wanted list. Like they're literally like interviewing them in this
Oh,
documentary. It's
there's
so
a guy.
good.
There's the one guy.
And he's laughing at him like, "Hey, fuck you, come find me." Like it's so funny.
One guy has been on the run since 1993. He was like on America's Most Wanted. You said that,
Yeah,
right?
still is in this documentary.
But he's like, and he's just like, these guys are fucking stupid. I was taking. I don't want to tell you too much.
Yeah.
But the one thing that's just the craziest thing in the world is when the Russian guy gets down to Florida, he buys a strip club because he liked the movie Porky's.
I buy strip club.
So
for
he
Porky.
is. So he buys strip. But I go.
Hey, you're not allowed to do that.
Okay, sorry. He bought the actual place where that movie was filmed because it was a strip club, and he turned it into a strip club.
Did he turn the submarine into a strip club? That would be
Okay,
Well,
that
is a good idea.
Rad.
He should probably call me for some ideas.
Because Amy got to go on a submarine, not a strip club submarine.
Oh my god, I did. We can loop
We
that
all
around.
live in a strip club submarine, a strip club submarine.
I love
A
the
strip-
melody.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Strip club
Amy, but
submarine.
since we've seen you, you
Thank
went
you,
on.
lived
thank
a
you for
whole life.
resolving. The
You have, but I mean, you went on a crazy vacation.
I went on a crazy vacation. I
Yeah.
feel like I can't believe that we haven't been together for so long. But yes,
Mm-hmm.
Derek and I went on a cruise. We stayed in a stupid, ridiculously huge room on the ship. We went and saw a lot of islands and beaches, and it was amazing. We went on a submarine. We went on a special ops boat. We went on a hike, and we almost died.
Yeah.
I saw a mongoose.
Were
Oh
there
wow, a
any-
real one?
Any naked beaches on
Eating
the
a
submarine?
sandwich.
No, they don't like sandwiches or apples. It's weird.
They said that.
Yeah,
No, they didn't.
They
You
did.
gotta be making that up.
Nope.
There's no way.
I'm not kidding. They do not.
Hey, don't
like
feed
that.
these mongooses no sandwiches.
Okay, first of all, mongoose. Second of all,
Mongosai.
and then mongai.
Mongai. That's what I would.
Okay.
But
yeah.
no, everybody had like snacks
Sandwiches.
and stuff in their backpacks, and they were like, no, they don't like apples or sandwiches. They're like
Man,
nuts.
I feel like
Hmm.
no, I don't know. I don't know if I believe this story.
They like
Yeah.
nuts and cobra face. You
That's
know?
true.
They just fucking eat the shit out of cobras.
Oh yeah, this is Ricky Tikki Tavi, right?
They like
Was a
they
mongoose-
like Aldi.
They probably
Oh,
do.
they
like
do
Aldi.
love Aldi. That's true. That is true. Well, I guess we should probably talk about the movie at some point, right?
Did we do that still?
We did discuss taking that part out of the show.
I think it would affect the name of the show a little bit.
Yeah. Right.
Also, all right, why don't we try this?
Mhm.
Just clandestinely, without telling anybody. We just say, hey, we're doing Flight of the Navigator 2 tonight. But then we just don't ever do it. And just see if anybody notices that we never talked
Oh, you
about
never
the
talked
actual
about the
movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
We could all bring one YouTube clip that we saw in the last week that we just want to share with everybody.
That's a good idea.
You know, something funny that you saw.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't know. We can workshop it though.
Okay. Well, I feel like that's what we're doing. But guys, you are listening to Jarrett Goes to the Movies. We're happy that you're here to do so. Our podcast is 100% funded by our Patreon supporters. And my goodness, do we appreciate y'all. I was talking to another podcaster who does the same thing. And his whole thing was what the Patreon community and the community that surrounds his podcast has become. And I was like, yeah, that's because that's what happens here. You know, a lot of people go to shows together that have found each other through this podcast. I think we've had a couple of couples develop. There's been
we've had a Patreon supporter co-host the show, Greg Lee.
That's right, co-host the show, and yeah, lots and lots of fun stuff that goes, and that's besides the luggage tags, the chopsticks with your name on them,
beer steins,
and something else cool coming around the corner. So I just do want to say a quick thank you to everybody who is a Patreon supporter. And speaking of a supporter or just somebody awesome, this is pretty crazy. Eric Dillo celebrated his 3rd anniversary with us on April 9th.
Hey!
Way to go.
3 years, dude.
Been flying by. I remember walking in here for Empire Records the first time, nervous and
yeah,
didn't want to say shit. Like glad you asked me to co-host, but I'm not saying
not saying
thing.
Dick.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Liv is.
Well,
pretty
you
hot.
also made it a point that that you didn't really watch any movies.
I felt like that was part of the charm.
Yeah, and
initially,
it was good. Well, it was. It was like, well, you'll experience something new. All right, so back to Patreon supporters. We do have some new Patreon supporters, guys. At the $5 level, Shannon. At the $20 level, we have Casey King and Paul Storm the Castle Boyle. And guys, as if you didn't love him enough already, Jay Palladino went from $35 to $50. He will be on 5 questions very, very soon. So thank you guys. It does mean a lot. Please remember, any and all of your support does go right back into the show and just keeps us going. So we certainly appreciate it. This is something really fun for us to do, and we just really appreciate y'all. So patreon.com/Jarrett Goes to the Movies. All of our producers, except for our head honchos, are at the $20 level. Our head honchos are David Dooley and Woody Chambers. They're at the $100 level, but there's only 2 of them, and they've held those. It's an esteemed position.
When I started, it was Daniel Cotton.
Oh, yeah, he kept it going for a while, too, didn't he?
And David Dooley.
You know who was one for a while? Tim Toole.
The Tim Taylor, you mean?
No, Tim Toole. Yeah, Tim,
Julian Taylor.
Weren't you a $100 supporter?
Probably not.
No, I'm pretty sure you were, dude.
Fuck you, Rich.
Yeah, I mean,
Fuck you, Rich.
yeah, he's still at that. He doesn't even, not even on the show anymore.
But I'm fucking drinking. What are you talking about?
All right, cool. Well, we'll talk to you next time.
This is the podcast.
All right.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
I want to thank all of our producers who are at the $20 level and up, and they are Ad Craner, Amy Strongbottom, Pittsinger, Andy Smith, Angie Thorin. Did I say Angie Smith? Andy Smith, Angie Thorin, Brian Mason, Brian Sullivan, Brian Dunning, Casey King, Shell Ordway, Chris the $12 million man Cranfill, Chris Jacobs, Corey Reed, Daniel Cotton, David Dooley, David Kendrick, David the Original Murray, Dennis Hopp, Denny Chambers, Diane freaking Small, Dom, Sheriff Baird, Petretta, Ernie Soulman McCracken, God damn it, Gage Stricklin, Gregor Cordone, Greg Lee, Greg the Hammer Stevens, A Hangover You Don't Deserve podcast, Jake Miltonberger, Dr. Jason Aylesworth and Kidney Pete, Jay Palladino, Jeff Millman, Jeff Yeager, fucking Joe Barlow, Rat Pack, Joey Bishop, John Gickler, Josh Millman, MVP Kate Etro, Katie Gardner, Kim Frosting on the Beater Murphy, Kirsty Fisher, that is Les Zalewski, Lily Hollahan, Lindsay Sponsor, Lisa Winsel, Lucy Murray, Mandy Pretty, Melody Ortloff, Mike Leblanovitz, Rick Rochburns. Oh, sorry, Mike Rochburns. Rick Rochburns. Jesus.
He goes by Rick, but
Yeah,
that doesn't make the joke as funny.
Mike Rochburns, Nick Rignoni, Paul Boyle, Rodon James, Rich Osborne, Robert Dirty Muffins O'Doyen, Ryan Clydesdale, Sarah the Undertaker DeAngelis, Sean Blackstone, Sean Barger, Steve May, Steve Rhodes, Tom Murray, Trey Wren, Vinny, no fucking clue, 2 wins, Cataldo, that's a fucking mouthful. And a recent graduate of
Yeah, way to go.
I think he got his associate's degree, is that right? Or I don't know. Anyway, he graduated from something. So
Good job, Vinny.
Congratulations, Vinny, Wendy, what's the matter? Woody Chambers and Svee Hurst, guys. Give it up. We certainly appreciate it. Man, this movie is old. I really didn't put it together. I feel like it aged pretty damn good for it being this damn old, actually, because this movie came out in 1989. Comedy drama, which on the screen it said dramedy.
Oh, on
Yeah.
your
On
I
the-
got this for free on Peacock.
Peacock.
Yeah, what
yeah.
did I watch it on?
Peacock.
It was
Peacock.
because the little fast forward thing didn't work like it usually does.
No,
on
you have to
other
go
things.
down to
Yeah,
the
it's
yeah.
weird.
It took us a while to figure that out too.
We're going down.
Around,
And then to rewound.
and we can't fucking fast forward.
Why were you trying to fast forward? What the fuck?
I didn't say fast forward.
Oh, what did you say? Rewind?
I said rewound.
Oh,
Oh
did I
well,
miss something?
we did. We had to rewind it, but well, Casey missed one reveal that I really wanted her to see,
Oh,
and so
was it worth the payoff to rewind it?
Yeah, I think so. Parenthood, 1989 comedy drama, an hour and 33 minutes. I think that's wrong. Our version was 2 hours. Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah, we
Sean.
for sure watched the 2-hour version. 7.1 out of 10 on IMDb, guys. Let's give it up for Rotten Tomatoes for getting this right. 91%.
There you go.
91%. This is a moneymaker, guys. And this budget surprised me with 4 Oscar winners in this movie.
Yeah, but one of them hadn't been an Oscar winner yet. He
Yes.
was like 11.
Okay. Oh yeah, Leaf. Yeah, his name was Leaf. in
Yeah,
this.
back then.
Yeah, Leaf Phoenix. $20 million budget, which would be $51 million today. It made $126 million, which is $321 million.
Success.
Today. Yeah,
Great
absolutely.
success.
And this thing would have had to have syndicated, like it had to have been like on HBO and stuff. You
It
know, like
spun
all
off
the time.
2 television
It
series.
did, right? Yeah.
20 years apart.
Do you feel like those are some way attached to this?
Yeah.
Were
Oh,
they?
yeah, I guess so. I mean,
I mean, none of the actors or anything.
the
were-
girl. So the girl who plays Taylor was in one of those shows that only lasted 2 years, and it looked like Leonardo DiCaprio was in it.
Yes,
too.
I read that. Yeah.
Okay.
What?
So she was on that, but then she ended up going on like season 14 of The Voice, and she's a country singer now.
Oh, good for her. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Cassidy Pope.
And she's
Is that who it is?
also Curly Sue.
Oh, that's right. And she was Curly Sue.
Okay,
which-
I watched that season of The Voice.
that's a great movie, by the way.
Curly Sue?
Jim Belushi, Curly Sue. Good one.
Is
Oh
that
yeah,
who's
we
in that?
watched that too, Casey. I never put it together that this was that girl though from Parenthood.
That
But
girl.
yeah, that makes sense. All right, Eric. Now I'm assuming that you had seen this movie before because this seems like one of the ones your parents would have let you watch.
But I had never seen this. In
Never
fact, this
seen
came
it.
up on trivia the other night.
Okay,
We
and
were
that's
going
why we picked it.
around, and
Yep.
that's why you said, because you made a joke that I laughed at, and then I went, I don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Oh yeah, I said that's what little your lower intestines.
Yeah, but I don't remember that from the movie.
Yeah, it's when he's
The-
Cowboy
his
Dan.
balloon
He's doing the
animal.
balloon.
Oh,
animals.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so guys, if you're just joining us for the first time, Eric hasn't seen this movie, so he is allowed to look at the title and the picture of the movie poster, and then he tells us what he thinks this movie will be about.
Over to Eric for his synopsis.
Raising kids is a fucking pain in the ass.
Okay, you fucking nailed it, dude.
There he goes.
Wow,
But I mean, I already knew that.
that's
You know.
amazing. That's really good, dude.
Thank you. I didn't make it long enough for you to get a full wine pour.
Oh, that's okay.
Over there.
That's fine. I got enough. I got enough in there.
There's always more in the box.
That's pretty damn good, bud. I'm pretty impressed by that. Yeah.
I pride myself on being succinct,
Mm-hmm.
really never taking more or less words than it takes to get a point across.
Is that what
In
succinct
fact,
means?
I
Because you lost me.
feel
Because I
like,
definitely,
You know, I'm always just to the point, quickly, without any extraneous verbiage.
this is a
or
new good
words
bit where you
included.
use a big word and then you just in the same sentence basically give us the definition of the word, but in conversation. It's fucking great.
Okay, well, we'll add that to the list of bits.
I like that bit.
Over to Eric for his synopsis.
Identical twins Annie and Hallie separated at birth and each raised by one of their biological parents. Later discover each other for the first time at summer camp and make a plan to bring their wayward parents back together.
Oh man.
That's pretty good.
Hey, have y'all seen the meme of I don't know how I missed this, but there's a meme of Lindsay Lohan dancing.
Lowen.
Yeah, whatever.
No.
And I had never, but it is really fucking funny. Like
she
Is
a
she like
terrible
super
dancer?
fucked up and it's like recent?
it might be. She's
it-
like wearing all white and
Yeah.
she's like
Yeah.
up right in front of the DJ. And
Yeah,
she
yeah.
is just going for it. And
Yes.
it's like it's worse than like Elaine on Seinfeld.
What's wild
Yes.
about that movie is that, like, we know what happened to Lindsay Lohan. You know, she kind of went on to a successful career, but what
Ah.
happened to the other girl?
right? Yeah, you never know.
Did y'all? I
I
liked.
think she.
Did
she
y'all
was
watch
killed.
the old one? Like I liked the old one. I used
One
to
of
like that
them.
when I was
From,
a
like,
kid.
I like the old one
1960,
too.
With like Julie Andrews.
Yeah, like the
or-
let's get together. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
a
like
good
my.
one.
I loved that when I
Me
was a
too.
kid.
What, Freaky Friday?
No, but Parent Trap.
Oh, Parent Trap.
The
Right.
original.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Freaky Friday.
Oh,
I was
Not everything's about you, Jarrett.
sorry.
All right. Can I just,
Sorry.
may I just take a brief aside just to talk about this thing that happened in Ohio? We're trying to find shit for the kids to do. We go to this big indoor arcade that's like a main event, but it's got go-karts and it's got a laser shooter game.
Was
and-
there a mouse that liked pizza? or-
No, there was no
Oh,
pizza.
okay.
There was a bar in the middle. It would be really
All
fun
right.
if you didn't have kids to go to this thing. So, of course, I buy each of the kids a $50 card. They do all the things they want to do. The thing keeps the tickets on the card. You go up to the front. The lady goes, "You've got 4,000 tickets," which fine. So the kids, I want 3 ring pops and 2 Jolly Ranchers, and I want this. Why the fuck? Every goddamn time I go to one of these things, does someone in my crew need to get a Chinese finger trap? I don't understand
I'm a little
it.
envious.
I
None
don't
of mine want that.
understand who's making Chinese finger traps still.
Because they're fascinating.
Well,
There's
obviously
a market for them. I have paid in tickets for 100 Chinese finger traps, of which absolutely 0 of them could be found in my house right now. I don't understand.
Because you
I'm
break them.
so
You have to break
excited.
them.
Well,
Have you not seen Severance?
that's exactly what I was about to say. They've come into my life recently,
Yeah,
these
yeah.
Chinese finger
Is
traps.
it with penises?
No.
No.
Okay.
No, but I found out the hard way that if you tried to jerk off into a toilet paper roll, that it basically functions the same way.
What?
Yeah, I like put when I
Your
was a
cock
kid-
is that big to fill
It's
up
super-
a toilet paper
No, it's
roll?
small, but it's like that wide. Yeah, it like gets stuck in
What?
there.
Me and my
Yeah.
friend Lauren tried a
I could
Chinese
probably
I'm
fit 2 of mine in
sweet
there.
Chinese finger trapped our tongues one time, thinking that'd be funny, and it was terrifying.
Yeah, that does sound
Yeah,
bad.
It sounds hot,
No.
kind of.
It wasn't. We
No.
were kids. It was.
That doesn't.
They
make it
weren't
any
long
less
I mean,
enough
if
to
you were
touch.
9.
We just thought it'd be funny.
Yeah.
And then it's like the panic of like trying to really figure out the logistics to be
No.
like, are we fucking stuck forever?
Yep.
Like,
Oh my god!
And then you got to cut the middle of it, and you're like, ah, don't get my tongue.
no, we figured out we just had to smash faces to like.
I gotta say, I know we don't talk much about television on this show.
Yeah, never.
But Casey's aunt told us about Severance, and it's the fucking guy from it's my name is Derek and I can sing high. I haven't had a carb since 1990. It's that guy from
Step Brothers.
But he plays it's fucking dramatic as shit. And god damn, that show's good. Me and Casey watched the whole thing in 3 days.
How many
I'm
seasons
jealous.
is this?
One.
Fuck.
See, I'm really envious of that because I can only have time to watch like one episode, maybe the whole.
Because
thing.
you have to
But
get
I
up
almost-
early in the morning.
Right.
I almost advise you to wait till the second season comes out.
It's pretty. It's a
Kelsey and I
fucking
can't-
bummer when you
Okay,
get to
don't
the.
say
Okay,
anything.
I know.
We
I know.
can't find
You watched
anything to watch that isn't just 1 season or 2. We watched this Winning Time, the LA Lakers thing, which I
Oh, was
highly
that
recommend.
good?
Oh my!
And you get to see a lot of winners,
Kelsey
right?
would not let me watch it while she was away on
Yeah,
Sunday
Case.
nights.
I heard
Yeah.
this is amazing. This,
I'm-
but you get to see a lot of winners.
and she
right?
doesn't care about basketball
what is it?
at all.
I wanna
Winning
s- I
Time,
wanna
the
see
LA
Winners.
Lakers.
It's the story of the 80s
You're supposed to
Lakers,
watch
right?
Euphoria if you want to see wieners.
Oh, so
Yeah.
both.
Anyway, I need something that's got like 8 seasons, 9 seasons.
Oh, Grey's Anatomy.
No,
Wait a minute.
I'm
No,
not
no,
watching
you
that.
don't want that.
I
You
do
never,
want
you never
that.
fucking catch up. Fuck that. Like that's the reason I don't watch those.
We
shows.
watched Shameless all 9 seasons in about a month.
Grey's
Oh
Anatomy.
my
You'll never catch up.
gosh.
We fucking bailed on that about season 8.
That's
I'm
what
gonna
we.
probably-
That's what
I'm
we
probably
should have
gonna
done.
start watching that while you're gone because I have nothing
It
to watch.
just goes to dookie.
It does. It does. But
Like once she leaves,
we were invested
yeah.
and whatever.
Well,
but like,
you should watch that show, but I would almost advise waiting till the second season's about to come out because it is so frustrating that it's just like I had to wait like a year.
Have you watched you probably did because you're such an office dork, but that show with him in it with
Space Commander.
no, Jim is in it. It's like
The Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan.
Oh yes.
No, I haven't seen that.
Dude,
Good. There's 2 or 3 seasons.
there's
Oh.
at least 3
So
seasons.
Tom Clancy.
It's so
It's
good.
gotta be, right?
Fucking great.
Okay.
He's so beautiful.
Check it out.
He's a beautiful, beautiful man.
Yeah, I
like,
like
they
him.
really dumbed him down in that show because he didn't look like that.
Oh yeah. Well, in what with The Quiet Place, he was all.
I haven't ever seen
He's
that.
all bearded.
He looks wonderful in that.
Yeah.
We should do that
We
for the
found
podcast.
love.
You could watch
Oh my gosh.
You could watch
The
Bridgerton.
clips.
You watch,
It'd be
did
like-
you watch Bridgerton yet?
It'd be like Sweet Cheeks
No.
told the clip.
Very
Yeah.
pretty sex.
I'm into pretty sex. Is it like European?
No, not
Yeah.
everybody pees on people. It's just
medieval sex.
It's like the Mr. Darcy times, Jane Austen times,
Okay.
but modernized and very pretty people just doing it.
Taking off corsets. and,
Yeah.
so particularly.
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
That's how Lady Chatterley was when I was a young lad.
Yeah, there's some ladies in there and some dukes and stuff.
Lady Chatterley's lovers. She was.
And every season they get new hot people to do it.
Wait, have we discussed Peaky Blinders? Have you seen that?
No. I mean, we've discussed you saying Peaky Blinders, eh? Or whatever.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
That's it. That's as far as we went with that. I don't think Kelsey
Aye.
could handle the violence.
Aye.
It seems pretty violent, right?
Bridgerton's kind of cool. Because it does actually have a storyline that's kind of interesting, kind of gossip girly, but like not.
Is it English accents?
But not like so thick you can't understand.
Okay,
it.
because,
Very modernized,
man.
and the
No,
music's
you put-
cool because it's like all like string quartets and stuff, but the music's modern, so you can like actually recognize the songs. I think that's
Like
kind of cool.
Maroon
Okay, I like that.
Uh-huh.
Like from Moulin Rouge.
Yes, very similar as far as the music, and very like aesthetically.
Wait.
Yeah.
I feel like right now we're talking to George.
Yes, yes, yes.
What is it? Wait a minute. What's the
Moulin
hairline?
Rouge is a
there-
great example because it's very aesthetically similar too, as far as like the colors and the hair and the stuff.
What about the cheek? I like a nice cheek. Is there would you say there's a rosy hue? There's a hue.
I'm out. Did that sound like him?
No.
All right. Well, anyway, 3 Buckman siblings attempt to raise their children, each in their own different style, and deal with the joys and sorrows that the process brings.
Well, there's 4
I
Buckman
thought
children.
there were 4 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, but one of
are
them's not
4.
really raising his child.
No, that's true. But that's the whole
Okay,
point.
fair
Was
enough.
that's the whole thing is that his dad is like, I shouldn't have had 4, and he's probably said that his whole life, and now all of a sudden he's having his 4th.
Uh-huh.
Like that's a big.
It's too
fucking
many.
deal. Yep, might be.
It's too
I don't know. There's some good 4th children out there, right?
Sure.
Hank Williams, the
I'm
4th.
counting. How many children does everyone have?
Only 3.
Okay.
I don't think we have. Do we have anybody like in our?
I think I
group?
say I don't think we have 4 children. I was like, oh fuck, do we?
What?
Well, we don't have a 4th that we know of,
That lives here.
but it'd probably be. It would
God.
be. It would be a new 3rd child.
It'd probably be a new first child. Let's be realistic.
That's a good point, actually.
I've just been sitting around waiting for my older
Oh my God.
stepchild to show up.
Built-in babysitter. Oh, hey,
It's like, hey,
it's our
pat you on
grand-
the head. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man,
Did you do your homework?
Nice to meet you. Well, can you buy me beer? Like,
this is. I'm glad we did this. This is one of my favorite movies. I've seen this 1,000 times.
This piece of shit.
And again, I think it aged really well. Sean, let's cue that first clip. Hey, if you are watching us on Facebook, we will bid you guys adieu. And feel free to come join us on Twitch or on YouTube. And otherwise, we'll see you next time. You can listen to this episode anywhere you listen to podcasts later on down the road. So we'll go to the clip. We'll say goodbye to the YouTubers
Bye.
and the Facebooks.
Bye.
You don't talk like a kid.
Yeah, well, I'm not really a kid.
You're not a duck.
This is a memory of when I was a kid. I'm 35 now. I have kids of my own. You don't really even exist. You're an amalgam.
A what?
A combination of several ushers my dad left me with over the years. I've combined them into one memory.
Why?
This was a great symbolic moment in my life. My father dumping me with you. It's why I swore things would be different with my kids. That's my dream. Strong, happy, confident kids.
That's great. That's great. You know, you got a lovely family, and I'm a goddamn amalgam.
Gil,
Who's that?
that's my wife.
Nice.
Gil,
Yeah?
the game's over, honey.
Yeah,
30,
flashbacks.
35. My
35, I
Yeah,
know, right? What did you say
seriously.
that he looked? He's 42, you
Like
said?
42 or 44, I think.
44,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and
My
Casey,
goodness.
your point was when you saw her, you're just
I was like, God, I
it's-
do need preventative Botox if that's what 35 is going to do.
Well, you said when you saw her, you're just like, oh my God, like that hair from back then makes her look older than she is now because she does look really good.
Yep.
Yeah, she looks
from-
better in Step Brothers and
she
The
does.
Proposal than she
Oh,
does
that
here.
hair is awful.
Well,
Her
she does.
voice is a little off-putting.
I don't think so. What is her accent? Because
I
whatever
agree
it
with
is, I
you.
like it. I
There's something to the. It's kind of
It's almost
got
a little whiny and cracky. Yeah.
thing that she always does, which I thought was just her pattern of speech for living in the Wild West in Back to the Future 3.
Oh,
But No, it's just her actual voice. And I've seen her on Curb Your Enthusiasm a few times
Oh yeah,
since
she's great on that.
this. But
Also,
It's a little
Step
weird.
Brothers, What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Yeah, she's from Arkansas.
Oh, that makes sense.
But that doesn't sound like Arkansas.
Well, because her
she's,
parents are cousins.
She's from that movie we do every year. I can't remember what it's called.
Groundhog Day.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Groundhog Day.
Yeah, that's it. Groundhog Day, these nuts.
She's like from Arkansas and then like moved to Manhattan. So she's just got a weird thing going.
Yeah, that will fuck up. That'll fuck up anybody's accent.
It was about 12 seconds after this scene that I paused it and said, Eller, come here. And had him listen to the diarrhea songs.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing,
Yeah.
because,
right.
And he just
I
thought
think
it was great.
Everyone had their own versions of that, right?
Yeah,
Like,
mine was not baseball related. Mine was you're
No.
sitting on the pot and you feel something hot. Or
Really? No,
you're-
we're on the bases.
You're
No, most
swimming
of
in the
mine were
pool.
baseball.
Baseball.
Really?
No, ours weren't baseball. Yeah, they were definitely things like that.
Ours was all baseball. They're sitting in the dugout and your pants are going to give out, you know. But why did he skip second base? What was second base?
Because nothing rhymes with second.
I feel like we had one. First, pants are going to burst, diarrhea. And a second. And
You're just
It
making
comes
up
when you
because-
least expect it.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah. That rhymes great.
There you go.
And
Way
When
to
you're
go.
going into home and your pants were filled with foam.
Foam. Yeah.
Ugh,
Third,
don't like
big
that.
old turd.
Yeah.
Foamy diarrhea.
It's like a
No, ours was
cappuccino.
definitely just a never-ending thing. I don't remember it being
Yeah,
like a,
it
it
was
wasn't
just
like a
anything
set.
you saw.
Yeah, you just said that. It wasn't like a song.
Yeah.
Me
I'm
and
on Team Casey.
Did y'all
Yeah.
have like a bunch of different
Yeah.
things like that though?
Bring back
in,
the shirts.
in life, like where you just had little stupid poems and stuff that you said all the time, like
Yeah, that's how I got through grad school.
Probably.
Really?
Oh, mnemonic devices?
I had some really dirty ones.
Like
yeah,
what?
Like what?
The facial nerves. I can't remember it now, but yeah, that one was nasty.
Did it
You
have
just
to do
made
with-
one up, huh?
touching things and feeling things. It felt good. I don't
But y'all
remember.
didn't have like shut up, and then you'd say
I don't shut up. I grow up. When I see your face, I throw
yeah,
up.
or shuts don't grow up, prices do. Take my advice and shut up too. You know, or
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
No.
I feel like the golden age for that shit was
or like remember
our
going
age.
down the highway doing 94. Eric let a big one and he blew me out the door. Wheels couldn't take it. The engine fell apart. All because Eric let a supersonic fart.
yeah, we had
I
that.
like that one.
We had that.
Supersonic.
That's- Me and Scott Campbell had one called the Shit Machine, and for some reason the chorus to it was Let's Rock or whatever it is by Jailhouse Rock. So it was like one dark night before Halloween, around the corner came the shit machine, throwing shit all over the place, hitting everybody in the face. So let's rock. And then the second verse was like, that machine attracts so many flies, hitting everybody between the eyes. So let's rock. And we just ride our backs around, just saying shit and fuck. And, you know,
I'm glad everybody laid out so Sean can pull a nice, clean version of that for future reference.
God, there's so
Look
many
for
of
the
them
new
now.
Bowling for Soup album out
Shit machine.
really soon.
Oh, man,
Shit
there we go.
Machine featuring Tim K. Large.
There was like ones though where like I didn't even know what any of it meant yet. You know, like there's a bunch of those. Like we had one that was
Cunnilingus.
Beverly Hillbillies. Like, come listen to my story about a man named Jed.
He had a lot of hair,
Yeah,
but,
it
not
was
on
on
his
his
head.
head. Yeah, and
Yeah.
one day he was shooting for some food. Right around the corner came a redhead dude. No, Texas style. That is, no clothes on. Well, the next thing you know, old Jed was in bed, fucking
doing
the hell out of that redhead.
Yeah.
Granny came in with an 8-foot pole,
Shoved
shoved
it
that
up
pole.
Jed's tired ass.
Oh my gosh, I never heard that one.
Well,
That one I've never heard.
You are bringing it back. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I mean, there's just a million of those fucking things where we just had, like, you just sang that kind of shit all over the place.
Well, I think it comes from the tradition of the On Top of Old Smoky
Yeah.
songs,
Mhm.
right? And then you just turn it into, any old.
covered with shit, you know.
Yeah. I saw my poor grandma.
As she showed me her tits.
Yeah, whatever it was.
There it is.
Those things were, I'm just making this one up. Those things were so floppy. They hung to the floor.
I saw my poor papa.
Yeah.
We opened the door.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we fucking did it, guys. That's how that kind of shit was born back then.
No pun intended.
All right. Did we watch the clip yet? Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah,
All right,
we watched
so Yeah, 35. Now them walking through the parking lot though is the perfect example of like this day and age parent that wouldn't just say, hey, everybody pick one thing from the souvenir shop. They'd be like, oh, you want a pennant? Well, then each of these kids should get a pennant. Oh, you want a blow up bat? Each of you gets a blow up
foam
bat.
finger.
We're all getting a foam finger, because you don't want them to fight over it later. Now you're just like, hey, fucking, you can pick. These things cost $1,000 a piece.
Yeah, no kidding.
You and Dad's already had $12, $17 beers.
Yeah,
so we're out of money.
Those nachos were a car payment.
Sorry. Yeah. Also, I pulled up to park and they wanted $35
that is true.
in
I feel
cash.
like whenever we do things, it's like first kid that eyes one thing, everybody gets that one thing.
That's so true.
Yeah. Well, and then one mom takes them like when we went to
well, not even like it's not even like one kid per family. Like whenever it's like all three of our families go somewhere, it's all of our kids. Like we try to make it to where it's their idea that they all get the same exact thing,
and it works perfect.
It works
every time.
good. Yeah. Medieval times was like that. Everybody get to pick their own light up weapon.
When you said earlier that this movie held up well for being from 1989, it's just because everything that happens in this movie still happens today. I mean, not everything, but just how complicated everything is on a daily, hourly, minutely basis of
being a parent.
When Amy is packing up kids to go to baseball and, we're here and we don't have cleats. Or when you're just going from school to tutoring to karate and it's that thing for, Greer's in dance and she's in gymnastics and they each have these outfits, but which one is clean and which one is the one that goes with this? And then I send her to gymnastics in the blue dance leotard, just everything all the time.
Yeah, it's
and it stands the test of time. It's the reason why this movie holds up.
100%. They didn't try to, reinvent the wheel. I mean, it was just, hey, here are things that happen. Like even baseball, like the way that they overdid it, obviously, with the kind of not much if you go watch Henry's team, but they overdid it a little bit with the parents.
Oh, the baseball.
and like they've got Ron Howard's brother there that's like yelling at the kid or whatever, like, what, he fucking sucks or whatever. And obviously all that's exaggerated. And I think I will be honest about something. I was an 80s kid, not far removed from when this kid was playing baseball in 90. So I would have been probably 8 years before that in Little League, right? And kids would just fucking tell you sucked back then. Like they're not allowed to do that anymore.
Did every kid hit the first ball that was pitched to them in outfield?
Yes. No.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. We had a man fucking have to be like physically removed from a building whenever it was playing like kindergarten soccer because he was losing his shit at our tiny kindergartner soccer player child. Like, I mean,
parents got up off the bench or whatever, and I literally had to go.
I kind of stood up, and he just went cell phone cameras.
Yeah, cell phone cameras. I'm like, we can't be involved in that. And she's like, it's our kid. The coach is taking care of that, and if anything happens to him, we'll go figure it out. But
our kid's safe over there.
I can't fucking be on that video.
Yeah,
that can't fucking happen. And but yeah, you're right. I mean, it does. It just, again, man, back then you would literally have where it'd be like the kid that would be going up. They'd be like, "Kid, somebody else bat. He can't even fucking hit."
Yeah.
And they don't.
Game's over.
They don't goddamn do that anymore. Like kids have come a long way in that regard.
In the wrong direction.
Some. I don't know. I think it's okay to be encouraging. But man, Casey showed me this fucking video. Of this kid that obviously couldn't hit a baseball, and he's in his game, and we see these all the time. These kids, that they can't even swing a bat, but like they're there for fun, and it should be fun. And I want Everett's team to win. And yes, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, fuck, this kid's up. But at the end of the day, that doesn't fucking matter. But his parents are going, choke up on the bat, choke up on the bat, and he gets 2 strikes. And they're like, choke up on the bat. And the catcher stops the pitcher, helps the kid choke up on the fucking bat, and the kid hits the goddamn ball.
It is It will make you cry.
I mean, it is just
It's like, yeah, and all the parents are like, well, that's the sweetest thing
Yeah.
ever.
and everybody
I'm
is just like
"Oh."
whoever that kid's parents are,
Yeah.
you know, like you goddamn did it, you know.
100%.
Jeez.
But I do feel like there's more of that. Well, I don't feel like, I can tell you from experience, there's more of that exists. So in this cancel culture and us all being too sensitive, there's a positive aspect of it, at least to where everybody's at, because you do see more of that shit. That did not happen when I was a kid. Nobody gave two fucks
Yeah.
whether that kid hit that ball or not.
Well, you can kind of extrapolate this out to even high school now, because we watch movies that are set in high school in the 70s, 80s, whatever, and it's just kind of a free-for-all of just everyone's kind of a dickhead.
Yeah.
And now the cool kids are all National Honor Society kids that
It's
are
like the 21 Jump Street.
Yeah, they're volunteering.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he walks in.
You gotta two-strap it.
Yeah.
So
It's true.
it's a different, I mean, yes, the proliferation of kindness is great, but I also think there's something to be said about being publicly humiliated in your
Sure.
childhood that is a character building experience.
I think kids still get that, though. I think everybody is still.
If they come around me, they sure do.
No, but
Ew.
in all seriousness, I think kids still get publicly
Come
admitted.
around.
Is there an
No.
issue with this whole like everybody's a winner thing? For sure, absolutely.
Okay, when adults complain about that shit,
Yeah, they're the ones that did it.
Yeah.
we're the ones who did that. The kids didn't ask for everybody to get a
Yeah,
trophy.
those kids are all
We
about
did that.
participation trophies.
Not we.
Fuck that.
I don't fucking believe in that. You know, I'm the goddamn like.
But what I'm
You're the
saying is
generation that gave the kids the participation trophies.
that's what
You're
we're
the
saying.
generation of
I'm
like,
saying I
Kids are
don't-
going to be soft because they're all getting trophies. Yeah, who's giving them to them?
I am. What I'm saying is maybe, but I don't agree with that. I don't think that that's a fucking.
Well,
thing.
I'm not saying that every adult on earth agrees with the situation. I'm just saying you can't blame it on these kids. who
all
don't
I'm
know
saying is I
fucking-
got a big blue soccer trophy and I was
That's
not
it.
good at soccer.
I'm saying I don't even think every kid should get a turn every fucking game. That's what I'm saying. In football, when you've got 30 different kids on the team, not everybody's going to get to fucking go in every game. And I set that bench and I enjoyed it because we goddamn won because I wasn't in there.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, I guess if you suck and you know that, then that's fair.
Yeah, I was a professional bench warmer and I was very good at rooting. And you know, all the starting people thought I was just as cool as I would have been if I was on the field anyway.
Probably
There you
cooler.
go.
I didn't
Because
fucking
you weren't
need to be
fucking
there.
everything up
No,
out there.
I'm fucking hilarious on the sidelines
Yeah.
all the time.
Over there with your hand
Oh,
under
just
your...
the farting and all
yeah.
of it, man. You know, I mean, all of it. But yes, I realize this could be a fucking rabbit hole, but man, this is fun, guys. I really am
Or
glad that
maybe
we're back
even
to
an
this.
Abbott hole.
Abbott hole. We'll get
Oh,
there.
an Abbott hole.
Yeah, we'll get there.
That motherfucker.
Speaking of wheelchairs,
Ew, gross.
Shut up. Jesus Christ.
Him.
All right,
as a
so
person.
Yeah,
back
this
to
actually just quickly, this is an interesting example because today Everett is supposed to have belt testing for Taekwondo in a couple weeks. He's behind on his little stripes he has to get to qualify. And he came out of his class today mad. And he said, well, I didn't get a stripe today. I said, well, I guess you're going to have to miss batting practice tomorrow and you're going to have to show up again tomorrow. You're going to like do that. He goes, I have to go back again tomorrow. I go, well, like,
maybe this
do
is why.
you want the stripe? I mean, like, you got to show up if you want the thing. And he's just like, well, I didn't know I'd have to go again. And I'm like, well, you're going to have to like make a decision. And he had to sit there and think about it. I'm like,
But I can understand wanting things without working for them.
he's got, yeah, that's the thing.
my whole
Hold on.
life.
I do have to say in the exact same making of that lesson though, Casey, you know, had to talk with him because he had done this assessment test and essentially he just skipped all of the word problems because he didn't want to fucking sit there and read the shit, right? And he's insanely good at math. Like that's his shit. He actually really enjoys it, but he doesn't want to sit there and read the stuff. And then in the reading, he kind of was skipping around and some things. And so he basically got put into this thing where they're like, we've got to get his reading better. And Casey's
His
like,
reading's fucking fine.
his fucking reading is fine. He's like been reading at a 5th grade level since last year. You know, like the kid is fine. So anyway, she just says to him, like, what is the deal? And he takes the test. I don't know. She said, just do your best. And if you don't know it, just guess and move on to what it is or whatever. She goes, yeah,
the
but do
rules.
you realize that if you don't try on this, that's why you have to go do this thing.
Yeah,
and
so now we
this
have
thing.
extra reading homework every night. So because
Oh.
you didn't want to do the thing that you didn't want to do, guess what we have now?
More
More
of
of
the-
that
of that
shit.
thing.
And guess what happens? Now I've got more work to do. And every time that we freaking have a late baseball practice or a game that goes till 10 o'clock and something happens, I get the freaking passive aggressive note home, not you.
Yeah.
And so he
went and did his follow-up test.
Figured it out.
And guess what he got? Off the charts. And they're like, wow, look how good our reading program works.
Oh, it's so
Well,
bad.
Kelsey said he was an absolute joy to, Kelsey's in graduate school. Well, just got her master's degree.
Yay!
Yay!
And
does she go to school with Vinny Cataldo? I'm trying to figure out
No.
what he graduated from. I couldn't figure it out.
No, unless he's in the master's degree program at UNT. For,
I'll ask him.
for
I'll ask him.
child,
Kate, if you're on here,
whatever she does. But she has to proctor these assessments because she's going to be a diagnostician.
Oh, that's what my mom is going to be at the age of 75.
Well, that's awesome.
Hey, Vinny's on here right now. Vinny, remind me what you graduated from so that I can give you a shout out.
This is how.
So she finished it.
That's fucking awesome.
Yes,
dude.
and so she had to do some testing, and when we ran through all of our family and didn't have anybody left, we hit you guys up. You were out of town, but Everett participated, and she said he was a total joy.
Yeah,
I said, well, they always
get used
warned
to
me
that,
that he might be a little flighty.
Bouncy. I always say
said-
bouncy.
She said no.
And he does like new people.
Hello.
though. He does like new people.
And again,
he's-
it
he's-
started with the math, and by the end of it, he spelled house with ink with like a Q. I don't know. He was like, I'm out of here.
Well, Vinny hasn't answered me yet, but anyway, congratulations, buddy. And I did see your post, and I'm really proud of you. So to me, this one is one that has happened to me multiple times where he just goes, hey, do you want to throw up? And she just goes, okay. She's like, what are you
Do
doing?
you feel like you need to throw up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And she's just like, she goes, why aren't you helping? I'm waiting for her head to spin around.
This happened to you, your family, fairly recently, Amy. It happened to my family fairly recently. And I think, it's one thing if you're just grossed out by throw up to the point where you just can't stomach it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And for me, it's not really that as much as it's just, why don't they ever just throw up at 5 in the evening when I'm on tile?
Yeah.
Or
Oh, yeah.
outside. Why is it always
tile sucks too because the grout.
why do they wake up in the middle of the night to do
Feeling
it?
like P. Diddy.
Or just on I guarantee you, if we got a new couch delivered, they'll just get sick on it within a day.
Yep.
Well,
After eating hot Cheetos.
Yeah, it's just a weird
car sick fat kid.
It just kind of puts a damper. I mean, they don't feel good, so you want to take care of them physically, and if they're kind of bummed out,
Hungover grown man.
Oh yeah.
But I can control that shit.
What?
Can control my throwing up.
No, you threw up
Just the one. You're
cold
right.
water
You're
all
right.
over.
You're right. Okay. Which is crazy because my friends and people who have worked with me for years talk about my control and how I could be like, I'm cool. I just need to get to the next stop or whatever. But yes, you're right.
I don't think you could have even tried to get it the places that you got it.
Oh my God, that was the worst. I drank a full cold water, 24-ounce Wild Gear cup, 30 ounce.
Brag about it.
On the way, and when I projectile vomited trying to pull over, it was still cold.
Oh,
which I'm going to be honest, better than warm.
It's refreshing. I would assume.
It's like whenever I was drinking a bunch, like when I first started drinking, the early days of Bowling for Soup, and I was a little bit out of control because I had really I didn't really know how to control it. I just hadn't drank before really, and so I would always eat pancakes at night because if I threw up the next day, it tasted great.
Yeah, like maple syrup.
It tastes fine.
That's
honestly.
not what you ate that night. You ate something with pinto beans in it.
Oh,
Chipotle or something.
They came up whole for sure.
I would have had Everett by myself. So what would we have eaten? I don't know.
Taco Bueno. Jinx, you owe me some Coke.
That's not out of the question,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, that was bad. And so, for listener, if in case you don't know this story, I'll fast forward it. But Casey was actually out all night that night, ended up staying with a friend because she's smart and doesn't.
No, I
drink.
took her out for her birthday in Dallas.
Well, that's what I mean. Oh, and y'all stayed in a hotel.
We stayed in a hotel in Dallas.
That's right. But when she came home, she was obviously hungover and expecting me to be, not in the shape I was in, and I was in such bad shape. And I really do think I had food poisoning because I was in bed for 3 days, and I'm never in bed.
3-day hangover.
I'm never in. I don't get like in bed sick. Like I just don't get that. And so, but she fucking, I'd wake up from a nap and she had gone and cleaned the whole thing up for me, man. And that is a special woman.
My one of my sisters-in-law and her boyfriend, fiance, live a couple doors down. And so one day while I'm out in front of my house fertilizing or whatever fucking homeowners do.
Call it what you will.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're taking a big old dump in your yard.
Fertilizing. I see him out there with they got a Jeep Cherokee, all the doors open, and some SUVs just have like the back row that you can just take the whole thing out. And just set so that was out, and so was the middle seat, like full on. Take a socket wrench, unbolt those motherfuckers.
Wow. Oh,
and I go down there and go, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? And I had my hands on my hips, and I was just standing there
it's the
in his
suburbs.
driveway.
We
What
gotta
the
do
fuck?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I called a couple neighbors to come out and
Y'all
the
gotta
fuck
come
him.
see this shit.
And he's like, well, we were bowling last night, and somebody inside got sick in the car on the way home, and it was everywhere, and to the extent that he had to unbolt the seats from the car just to get everything clean in there that he had tried earlier, and it wasn't going to cut it with just Clorox wipes and
thank you.
paper towels.
You got to take it.
So
one time when I was in high school, I got so like high school party red punch drunk.
Oh yeah.
And got driven home in the back. Like I was in the back seat of like a 3-passenger van, and I already get car sick, and I like vomited everywhere. And it was like the summer, and this guy was supposed to go on like a 3-day road trip like the next day, and it's summertime. And fortunately, one of the girls that was in the van with us was on so much ecstasy that she was delighted to clean the whole thing up that night.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
She spent hours like detailing that car.
You got to have that one friend.
Every once, man, I stepped in dog shit one time on the tour bus.
So lovely.
And I had to leave my shoes outside, and our sound guy back then was Derek. And he was real shit faced, whatever. And he goes, "What happened, man? Oh, you stepped in dog shit? I already cleaned that off your shoe, man. You're fine. They're great." I'm just like, oh my God.
I do sometimes think if I could develop a tasteful crystal meth habit,
Wouldn't that be nice?
one that wasn't gonna
Mess up your teeth in your life.
send me off like the Mighty Ducks kid or
I just
whatever.
don't know if that exists.
Right, that's what
Is
I'm
there
saying.
a healthy amount?
You can only find out.
I
if
think
you
you have.
try.
I think you got to go the.
Yeah,
I think-
you're a pussy
Yeah.
for not trying.
I think you would have a classy cocaine habit.
I can't afford to have a classy
That's the-
cocaine
see, that's
habit.
the
that's
thing.
the problem. Is it all there's
Not with that attitude.
I want to do so many drugs, but
For the listeners, I don't have one. I'm fat. If you want to check.
it's just none of them are really like accessible in a way that's going to work for my lifestyle.
Sure,
Right?
yeah.
One's too expensive. One makes all your teeth fall out, and
Well,
all of a
I'm really
sudden
big
you're not-
about skincare.
What's the one that makes you lick your lips a bunch? Because whatever Tommy Lee is on or all the time or was on,
Molly.
he just licks.
Is
his
it the
lip.
Molly?
That's the messy
Sounds
ones.
like maybe you need to branch out and make your own.
Yeah.
What like
You could do that.
mushrooms? That
Your dad's got a
That
workshop.
just makes you see colors and have.
and people say it
deep
tastes.
thoughts.
I've thought about like microdosing LSD, but then like would I ever?
I've
even
thought about
notice?
microdosing like Tums recently because I'm fucking having some indigestion.
Just
issues.
a constant flow. Of
This is a neat new development in my life. I got my very first AM/PM pill organizer,
Hey!
and not for anything fun.
Yeah.
Really
Bummer.
excited.
Yeah,
But
because
yeah,
it got really confusing on which ones I
fiber
should
in
take
the morning.
when.
and-
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
antacids
I
at
finally
night.
needed organization because it's gotten to that point, and that's what my 30s are looking like.
Yep. No, that's
And none of it's a tasteful cocaine thing.
That's a big
Yes.
deal, though. You're absolutely right. The,
The
day
day
that
you
you're
get
in
that,
Walmart
Yeah.
and you don't even just need the one that keeps track of your daily
Yeah.
shit, the one that needs to be separated.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
what a big day.
But Jared likes older ladies, so it's feeling all right.
Here we go.
That's what I tell her all the time. Like, you're growing into me.
Yeah,
Get her some compression socks.
Some sass
Oh my
shoes
God,
and you'll
I
be
fucking wear compression
ready to go.
socks on the flight to
that should hurt.
man. I mean my
No likey?
no, my calves at the top, like under my knees,
Ooh.
were so sore.
How sore were they?
They were so sore that anyway, but like sort of the touch. Like I couldn't fucking like they couldn't touch each other.
Were you prescribed to wear the
No, I
the
just
sock?
thought it'd be fun to do.
Did you get the
I-
copper infused ones that
No,
cure all the
I didn't get that.
whatever?
I honestly I fell for a Bombas.
Just get up and walk around. Like
I know what to do.
You're
I've been-
afraid of deep vein thrombosis
I've
or
been
whatever?
doing this long enough to know what to do, and I just fucking I was weak. I
Sucker.
saw a
What a
Bombas
fucking
ad.
You had a
sucker.
weak moment. It's
I
okay.
did. It fucking happens to me. These goddamn ads. They just they're
did you get the Tommy John ad recently? Did you get any of the new
Oh,
stuff?
you got new undies?
well. Here's what happened with Tommy John.
Uh-oh.
They stopped making the ones that I like.
Why?
The ones with the extra large ball sack holder?
No, they still have that.
Okay.
The one with the built-in toilet paper roll.
Oh, yes. I would wear those.
Yeah. I don't think they have that actually.
For your penis.
Anyway, I still wear Tommy John, but I just have a different.
I think it's Sean John, isn't it?
Fubu.
You wear a lot of FUBU.
Uh,
And Sean, it's Sean John. That's P. Diddy's thing, right?
oh, you
Is
know
that
that
not Fubu?
I am talking with.
That's Draymond Green or whatever his
We
name
are,
is.
no, the guy from
Shark Tank.
From Shark Tank. He is. There is a 90% chance I've got him booked on the Rockstar Dad Show.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
insane.
It's
crazy.
fucking cool. Yeah, I like full on conversation happening with his assistant, and we're just trying to make it work because I'm insanely busy, and so it may just have to wait till the fall. But
How are
That's
things
cool,
going
though.
with David Kirchner?
David, oh my god,
You know what's so funny is I went to his Instagram and he had like 2 posts ago, he had his like actual fucking schedule like just out, and I was like, he really is fucking really good. A lot of shit
He
going
is
on.
kind of busy.
no, he's working
Just
like 3 days a month.
The idea that
No, it's like-
anybody would have you seen my schedule is
Yeah.
just such a weird thing.
Send him
to say.
yours.
I don't want to
Send
get.
him yours.
I don't want to
Send him
get.
Uh-huh.
I want to get into one of
actually.
those Thomas Ian
That's
Nicholas
right. I
situations
was
where
waiting to
we
see if you were
just,
gonna
this
catch yourself.
fucking piece of
It
shit.
would be
cocksucker.
funny, and then like that dude.
Yeah, I don't want that.
How that fucking relationship has turned out is bizarre compared to like me getting on here and just talking
You
shit
should
about
you should print out your schedule and just go, here's mine. These are the days that would match up.
Oh
Looks
my
like there's
God.
2 this year.
I think I'm just gonna. I honestly, if I've learned anything from Thomas Ian Nicholas, it's hey, give that 6 months and follow up,
Yeah.
and you just never know. He could be like, oh fuck, this sounds great, whatever.
I know, and then you guys will be best
And then he's
friends
buds, and then
forever.
he'll spend the night,
Yeah.
and
Just
then it'll
be
be the best.
best buddy
that ever could be.
All right, let's get through the rest of this clip. Obviously, some really interesting character development with Patty, who's just this little girl getting a pep talk about math and French and whether or not she wants just a normal college life.
I am not used to seeing Rick Moranis as a complete kind of douchehead.
Asshole.
I know, but weren't you thinking the whole time, like maybe this is why you got the shit beat out of you in New York City?
I
Like,
was wondering, yeah.
somebody saw this movie and they saw you on the streets going, I'll just beat the fuck out of this guy.
Is this from a different movie or this?
No,
really
that happened in real life, like just a few years ago.
Yeah, totally. No, he in
He's
all seriousness.
apparently a
there's a-
sweetheart of a man.
Yeah, and
What?
someone
Yeah.
just walked up and just beat the shit out of them. There's a video of it.
Yeah,
Huh.
just beat the shit out of him. Then the dad is at the get together and he goes, "Hey Gil, whose wedding was I drunk at? Was it yours or Helen's or Suzanne's?" And he goes, "All 3." Oh yeah. Okay, so which one did I punch the band leader?
That was mine.
That was mine. Yeah, good stuff, man. All right. Let's. Oh, I did want to comment on where she goes because this is again they had to have made this in like the late 80s. So this whole concept of power eating and bringing your own food had to have been super new, right? I mean, and then it's like we have friends, and our friend Ty who was a competitive
Bodybuilder.
bodybuilder.
Oh.
And like anywhere we would go, it'd be like time for her to eat. And they'd have to stop, and Chip would have to go in and be like, "Do you guys have a microwave?" "No, we don't, sir." "I mean, do you have one in the back, like in the break room, that I can just go warm this up or whatever?" And it's just like such a pain in the ass.
And it's just lentils and grilled.
It's like
chicken's heads.
Mostly,
whatever.
I think she mostly ate ground turkey and rice. And yeah, I don't know.
Keep saying we're gonna try to get healthy and we're gonna do this, and
yeah.
Then I just look at the bullshit we gotta eat.
I know.
And then I look at
such a pain in the
Freebirds, and I go,
yeah,
Freebirds is rad.
It's so good.
And I don't want to get Freebirds and have to get.
All you gotta do is just get the salad, and then they just wrap it in a tortilla.
No,
Casey came up with that last night. Here's a new bit where you go, "What's the place that has the salad, but they'll put it in a tortilla for you?" Like, what is that? It's like, oh yeah, that's Chipotle. Or Freebirds, whatever. Oh, okay, yeah. So I want that. I want the salad, but have them wrap it in a tortilla. That's a good bit.
That is a good bit.
All right, we got to take a break. Apparently, somebody has to pee.
Is it you?
No. If you're in the chat room, hang out for a bit. Otherwise, you didn't hear this.
It's fun getting to the bottom of one. It's fun getting to the bottom of one. White Mountain Cooler, keeping it light, cooler, crisp and refreshing. It's got the taste that's always right. It's fun getting to the bottom of one.
Original and new orange. It's time for a credit card that gives you a better deal.
The Discover Card.
With the new Discover Card, you don't have to pay an annual fee. In fact, we pay you with money back on everything you buy. Money you can apply against your balance.
Way to find that right tomorrow. The Discover Card puts money in a whole new life.
From a member of Sears Financial Network. Look for more information in the mail or in national magazines. Clint Eastwood and his son Kyle.
Boom.
They're stepping out.
You'd like to go down to Nashville with your old Uncle Red?
Living life on the edge. Passing down a legacy.
Gotta stay at the ground, Woffrey.
And fighting for a dream.
I don't think you have any shells in that shotgun.
What a bet. It's an unforgettable network television premiere.
That's the life of a country singer.
Honky Tonk Man. 1 week from tonight.
Why change a good thing? That's what I asked when Oldsmobile redesigned the Delta 88. Oh, then I drove it. Wait till you see how it handles. It's front-wheel drive, too. But inside, plenty of room to stretch. Our Delta 88 is the family car that didn't forget the family. Some things never change.
Borrow the car, Dad?
Some things never change.
6.9 financing on new Delta 88s. Finance rates will be higher as length of contract increases.
Irons are now black and thicker. Travel line that goes in style. Keeps fresh press every mile. Black and thicker. A self-clean iron, you can't go wrong. Nothing else will work as long. Irons are now black and thicker. And here's a line, if you leave it on, it goes beep, beep. And if you don't return, nothing's gonna burn, cause it turns itself off. GE irons are now black and thicker. Black and thicker.
SOS introduces a glass cleaner that really works. Glassworks. Glassworks made with vinegar instead of ammonia cleans better than Windex. New Glassworks with vinegar cuts through the toughest greasy smudges faster and easier, so there's less work for you. And everything you clean is shiny and streak-free. New Glassworks made with vinegar cleans with less work. Maybe it works too well.
You're a part of me. You'll be the catch-up. Touch the heart of me. You'll be the catch-up. Every single day and every way I feel how much you are a part of me.
Your cat's a big part of your life, so make Purina Cat Chow brand cat food part of his life. It's all the nutrition cats need to help them live healthier, happier lives. What's more, veterinarians recommend it most. Purina Cat Chow, part of a healthier, happier life.
Superman 3. Tonight's ABC Sunday night movie will continue in a moment.
2 years ago, ABC brought you one of television's most highly acclaimed dramas.
Daddy, he makes me have sex with them.
On Monday, the Emmy-winning Something About Amelia, parental discretion advised. And now, from the same producers, an extraordinary new movie for the whole family.
Why does God hate me?
If ever there was a hero, it was Alex. The more her prospects dimmed, the finer and stronger she became. Alex, the life of a child. Wednesday.
TV5 Eyewitness News Brief is sponsored by Radio 11, WWWE. I'm Roger Moore. Severe weather has hit parts of Ohio tonight. The tornado warnings have just been lifted in the Crawford and Richland County areas. We do have reports of some damage around Marysville in central Ohio. American journalists got their first close-up look at some of the damage done to Libyan military bases during last week's raid by U.S. bombers. The targets were heavily damaged, but cameras were not allowed inside the area thought to be the hardest hit. Now this.
Ever get the feeling some radio stations have a bunch of clowns reporting the morning news? Switch to Radio 11. We're all news, all morning.
In the Force Beat Baltimore, details at 11.
Excuse me, did you know that Wendy's now has breakfast sandwiches for under $1? It's breakfast under $1 at Wendy's. 3 start-the-day sandwiches at a special low price. Fresh egg and cheese now only 69 cents. Or bacon, egg, and cheese now only 99 cents. Even sausage, egg, and cheese still under $1. So hurry to Wendy's and get breakfast for under $1.
Wheel of Fortune, weeknights at 7.
Now we continue with Superman 3.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
What's taking you so long?
There's one taste that just can't be duplicated.
Michael, you just don't look yourself today.
Diet Pepsi. Taste that's generations ahead.
I don't want to do this.
It'll be great.
I'll be scared.
Just think how glad you'll be when you're all done and maybe we'll all go to McDonald's.
I'll be glad when I'm done. I'll be glad when I'm done. I'll be... Think McDonald's. Oh, I wish I were already there. Instead of here, playing this song. Oh, I would have a big chocolate shake, a cheeseburger, and also fries. And I would eat my fries myself and not give any to my dumb brother. Hands off and mine off mine. Open my recital is almost done. It wasn't bad, I'm still alive. And now I can have my chocolate shake, my cheeseburger, and also whoops, and also fries.
Financial good news from today's Chevrolet. Announcing low GMAC 7.9 annual percentage rate financing on every new Chevy car. 7.9 on Sprint, Spectrum, Nova, Chevette, Cavalier, Celebrity, Camaro, Monte Carlo, Caprice, Corvette. Low 7.9% financing on every Chevy car. Other rates are available and vary with length of contract. Financial good news from today's Chevrolet.
My mother always took Anacin. So do I. It's one of the few things we ever agreed on.
Anacin, doctor recommended for effective pain relief.
A couple of Anacin and the pain's gone. Fast.
Doctor recommended Anacin.
Try it. Feel the difference between Denerex and regular Head and Shoulders. Denerex tingles. Tells me it's doing more.
Both have dandruff medicine, but Denerex adds an extra anti-itch medicine and conditioner, too.
Goodbye, Head and Shoulders. Hello, Denerex.
You look great.
Dad! Hi, son. Oh, boy. Great to see you.
That's my kid brother, Larry. Your uncle. Don't give him any money.
Just a little something for being the best dad in the world. I found it a couple of months ago. For your collection.
Oh, this is great. A Stutz.
Yeah. You got it? Spend it on the people you love. Right? Is this Grandma?
Yeah, she's still alive.
Jesus, Grandma, you got short.
I'm shrinking.
Bummer.
You don't want to know how this guy is the bad dude in this movie?
Yeah.
How?
Because he's wearing a black motorcycle jacket.
Yeah, that's
and
how they
sunglasses when he comes in, and he's a real bad boy.
That's how they. That's how they do. I mean, it's
The quirky character always had red Converse All Stars. You know, that's how you know they're zany. Because who would wear red shoes?
It's pretty crazy though. Like, doesn't everybody know this guy? Like, even if you're not related to him, does everybody in this room know this person?
Yes.
The three of us know this person and talk about him, 4 times a year.
Okay, now
His
I'm
name
lost.
rhymes with
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Schma.
I don't.
Schmesh.
I don't know. Who it is.
Your Ryan Cabrera performance, who was promoting it as his own thing. The wine thing with Cabrera like a while back.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, this is my performance. I have him and him come out."
Oh. Yeah.
That fucking guy.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Everything's a
what I thought you were gonna say.
in motion thing happening. Everything's going on.
You know what,
Everything's
man? You know what? I'll tell you this right now. That is a really, really good one. Man, it's hard to fucking beat that one. But I definitely know like this guy. Like, there's a couple of these in my family, wherever they may be. Opportunistic, but willing to just take and take and take, but never give back. I mean,
he gave his dad a
knowing this
model
movie
car.
this way though, and seeing it as a 50-year-old man, because I probably haven't seen this in 25 years. That fucking car almost made me sick because he says, if you've got it, spend it on the ones you love. And it's just like, you're about to take this fucking man out of retirement.
Yeah.
Try
to steal his
you
car.
Are a piece of shit, motherfucker, man. Like, what a fucking.
Obviously, it
and
happens.
then bringing the kid just to know that,
And how little he cares about him. Yes.
Yeah.
You piece of crap.
Yeah.
It happens later, but I was just so glad that in that scene where he's in the garage, he goes, "Yeah, I had it appraised, but in order to get the appraisal, you got to have the." And the dad shuts that down immediately. I did not want to see
that car get sold.
Him be successful in that.
Well, and honestly, back then that car probably wasn't worth $26,000.
I looked at them today just to see what they would be worth today, and they're worth $30,000.
Okay, so it would have only been worth like $8 back then.
This is, it's an old car, but I don't think it's considered like a collector's classic or anything.
Well, and also like if you've been redoing it for 3 years, obviously that people want original shit, right? And that's the thing, like the more original, the better, or whatever. So they can do this thing though to classic cars. I think we've talked about this on the show, right? Because everybody knows I would love a 1978 Trans Am.
Done.
But you can fucking get it and like have them redo and put like real air conditioning into it and CarPlay and all this shit.
Retro modding.
Yeah, you can essentially, it's a new car. They put it on a different frame and they just essentially make the body look like that that Trans Am or whatever. But
make your body look like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
I'll tell you that much. Hello.
I don't know what you mean.
Sex.
But this dude walks in. He's just like, hey, if you weren't my sister. It's like, oh, good Lord. And then the poor kid comes in, Dad, like, hey, I need to wait outside so I can introduce you. And the mom, by the way, I realize y'all haven't seen this as many times as I have, but that fucking mom just is a saint. She lets
really
everybody just fucking, especially the dad, who is obviously
and then,
just
I know
a
this
piece
is
of
skipping
shit.
ahead, but at the very end, they like give each other this loving kiss, and I'm like, that's bullshit.
Right? It's like exactly like, and you know,
Not buying
that's,
it.
That's that generation of like, you know,
Yep.
my grandparents of like, you got married, you stay together forever, no matter, you don't, it doesn't fucking matter if you're happy. This is who you are and what you're doing and all that. And
I wondered if there was going to be, because there were, well, so I had never seen this, and I know it's from 89. I only know really of 1989 as my 12-year-old self and the kind of the way I was brought up, which was kind of not great. But I wondered if there was going to be a racial aspect of this, but it never really kind of gets mentioned or even note. I mean, they kind of look at him a little sideways when he walks in.
I thought that I felt like they hinted at it just with the reaction of just only there where he walks in and it's quiet, and you can second guess it and go, well, they would have done that no matter what color the kid was or whatever. But I don't know.
It was maybe more of a longer pause.
I know this. I know seeing this as a 19-year-old kid, and then again, however many times I saw it, you know, throughout my that when I still watched TV in the 90s before I got fucking famous as shit.
Yeah, I didn't have time for TV. Too busy rocking.
I remember it made me feel like that. It made me feel like that there was a sort of a, hey, you know, what's going on here?
That's what I thought. Yeah. Or that the next scene was going to be no one wanting to have anything to do with the kid.
Right. Yeah.
Or something. Yeah.
Right.
And I'm glad that it didn't end up that
Yeah,
way.
me
I mean,
too.
I guess it's an interesting choice to even make that a thing if there's really nothing about it.
But I think that's the point. Probably in 1989 when this is being shot, just by him being black, it just made it that way, because it was just like you didn't have to say anything, you know, like it just was, because it's not like, because there's a bunch of shit in this movie that, not a bunch, but there are a few things in this movie that you're like, you know, shit, this is a fucking however many years old this movie, 30-year-old movie.
Yeah, I can tell you one for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, we'll talk about it. And if I don't hit on it, are you gonna talk school shooting?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. But even like if you look at the way that they were, like even the baseball teams and stuff, it's not like they were trying really hard to make this, you know, like a suburban movie that included everybody of all races and, you know, whatever.
Sure.
Like even at the school play, everybody in there is white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe I'm wrong on that, but especially at the baseball games. And,
No, I think you're right.
And so I think that there was a thing about him walking in that was supposed to be like, hey, this is different.
A little disarming.
You know, disarming, but I love that nobody batted an eye. You see him running around with the other kids. You see that, like, nobody, again, maybe the fact that nobody mentions it means that it wasn't a big deal.
And I expected something to come up.
100%.
And I'm the only one on this show who's ever had the courage to kind of come out and say that I feel like, you know, that race doesn't matter.
Right.
And that, you know, children of all races ought to be able to play together without there being any
you have
issue
really
at
put
all.
that to the forefront
and I don't know that if it's just that you guys don't feel the same way, or
Sure.
if it's just kind of maybe you just live your life in a way where everyone should already know that. But I just feel like maybe sometimes
I'm just glad that
making
you're
a
putting
stand,
it out there.
Yeah,
and just saying kind of definitively, you know, yes.
Yes.
Well, this kid's mom was in Elvis on Ice, and she shows up at his door one day and says, "You watch him. I shot someone. I have to leave the country," or whatever. For some reason, I never picked up on that. Like as a kid, I don't remember that being
She
the
was
reason.
a murderer.
Yeah. I don't. But it makes me feel worse for the kid. Like it makes it like, fuck, man. You know, I hate it. You know, like if this movie were about that kid, you'd be like,
There's some
Jesus,
trauma
you can't
there.
fucking get a break, man. Like you were being drug around by whatever, and she shot somebody, so no telling what was going on in your life then, and now you're being just dragged around, and you're being this is the second time you've been abandoned that we know of.
And it can end up as it does with him staying with the grandparents for, I guess, what we are led to believe is for the rest of time. But that would still be a lifetime of therapy
for sure.
But
I
even
think,
get over the abandonment issues.
But you know what's great about it is it's an extended family of brothers and sisters and grandkids and where therapy is being talked about, So I don't know if we take this movie as a 2022, like we're aware of mental health, situation, right? Then we can assume like, hey man, they fucking did the right thing. They went and got the kids some therapy, and he was sitting in the grandpa's lap, and again, there's good role models there. Gil's a great role model, and this fucking you almost wanted to hate the biology teacher for no reason other than he just did like a sweater, and just like the mustache, and you're just like, fuck this guy. But then you're like, okay, this guy,
he's cool.
Yeah, I don't know, he's all
good.
right. Yeah,
fuck this nerd.
And then when Gary says that he's cool, and so he tries to be, oh, I got this lead on this thing. You guys heard of hydroponics, and then the guy starts are you using sand based or what? Like we're doing the thing. And he goes, yeah, I don't know. There's people that figure that out.
Just make the deals.
And then there should be a dildo in every movie.
I agree.
Right?
Even if it's not a part of
Get on board, Disney.
Yeah, let's go.
If it's not part of the plot, that's okay. If it's just kind of a one-off comic relief, then that's one thing. Even if it's just sitting on the mantle, just
you
kind
really
of
have to look
a
for
little
it.
Easter egg.
Yes.
The line here, which I've never caught this line where the electricity goes out, and Steve Martin goes, "It's okay, Dad. We can still find the bar." And it's just I don't know why I never noticed that line, but I was like, okay, that's fucking.
This
great.
is when the supply of electricity to the area is jackass.
Well, yeah, what an idiot. It's an electric ear cleaner. Well, it was kind of big. And the grandma goes, it sure was.
That's always the.
So is that a trope?
It's gotta be.
It's gotta be a trope,
something
right?
sexual is said, and the old.
It's always the grandma.
Goes, well, I love getting double teamed. Almost.
She's got a few of them in this one though. Like when she sees the porno, and she just like, that one man reminded me of your grandpa. God bless it. God rest his soul.
Yeah.
So
it looked like one of the worst pornos ever. It was supposed to be a send-up of Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark or something.
Great. They weren't great back then, man. I mean,
say what you will about production quality.
Say what you will.
There was a time where pornographic movies were shown in theaters, shot in film, and at the very least attempted to put a story together to coincide with all the butt fucking and whatever was going on.
Yeah, there's a movie about it.
Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
So now it's just, you click on a 6-minute clip and it's, hey, stepbrother.
Yeah.
Why is your dick so big and out?
God, I hope mom doesn't come in.
I'm going to suck on it.
Yeah, you fucking suck on it or I'm going to tell mom you didn't make an A on your test.
Yeah, you didn't pass your homework. And then it's over just about as quickly as it starts.
No, but then sometimes the mom comes in and she's like, you are not doing that right.
Yeah,
let me teach you how to do this or whatever. And you know what? You've been bad, so I'm going to sit on your fucking face, And now I've just heard about these. I've read about it. In
Newsweek
and
your subscription to Newsweek, you still have U.S. News and World Report.
Y'all remember photomats? I think we've talked about that before, but where you would fucking take film.
I remember taking my film to Albertsons.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh my God, yes, you did, didn't you?
Oh, this is big news for everyone who's heard this story.
You were so excited.
Yes. So my dad comes over, as he does very often, and he's like, hey, your mom showed up at my house in Oklahoma with a box of your shit. Here it is. my mom, who lives literally 5 minutes away from me and can't be bothered to just drop that shit on my doorstep.
So she goes to Oklahoma to your. And
So she
bugs
was
your
going up
dad?
there because my grandmother passed away in January, so she was up there like going to the gravesite or going through Granny's stuff at the house.
Probably
I don't know.
digging her up to make sure they didn't bury her with jewelry or some shit.
Yeah, or that there was no like letters from me or my brother to my granny, buried in there that she couldn't just rip apart.
Right,
or
to
whatever.
make sure that your grandma didn't get anything.
Do not,
right,
go to heaven with that shit.
Right.
So, but in the box, people have heard me tell the story about how I worked at Albertsons in school, and I went to Boise and made it a point to get my picture
Very
taken.
big deal.
by the thing. It was a big deal, and I've told this story a couple times. But
hold on, no, but you got to keep telling the story. That's what I'm not telling you to wind it up.
Okay,
you got to give them you have to. You don't have to tell it like it's new, but refresh them on all of the specifics.
So I worked at Albertsons from the time I was 15, bagging groceries to the day before I left for college as a front end manager, cashier, and I manage your front end.
That's right.
If you know what I mean. And I get it too.
Who are you talking to?
Anybody?
Okay.
There's the collective world.
Okay.
And the collective management of their.
Because Sean got fucking excited as shit.
And
all of a sudden, Amy comes with a blanket. So I don't know.
Don't look at my front end.
So the first Albertsons is in Boise, and we had friends from church who moved to Boise, and we would visit them every summer. So one of the summers, I said, Dad, you've got to take me in our Chevy Astro van over to the first Albertsons. There's a plaque in front of there, and I got my picture taken in front of it.
You're so proud of your job. It's fucking cool.
I liked working at Albertsons.
Dude,
it was nice.
When I hear this story, by the way, like I totally get it. Like I was the long-haired kid that acted like I didn't give a shit about anything, but I fucking did.
Yeah,
like
I was good at working. I wasn't a total dipshit. I had a pretty good work ethic. I did miss out on some Friday night things because I was working at the grocery store and whatever. Yeah. So I get my picture taken on a little disposable camera, drop it in the envelope at the Albertsons that I work at. 3-4 days later, go in there. I check off the box for double prints.
Of course.
Everything's ready because I might want to share some of these photos with people.
The fucking double print.
Yeah, you have to have one copy to give away.
What? Why is that?
It's just,
and you also got to
choose. And by the way, this wasn't fucking cheap. Like it was not. It was like Bully for Soup. We would take pictures back in the day, like probably around this time in your life. I mean, 94,
like 94,
95, 96 or whatever. We had taken them to the 1 hour photo mat.
Fox Photo.
We had a friend that worked there and we got a discount, but it was still fucking, $8-10.
Yes. You're right. And you got to choose 3x5s or 4x6s. You get to 4x6s, glossier matte. All of this. Well, I am waiting with bated breath, can hardly sleep for 4 days.
Can't sleep.
I go to my place of employment. I get my pictures.
Yeah.
I immediately, as everyone does, start going through them, and I find this picture. I mean, all the pictures are from the vacation, but I find this specific picture I'm looking for. And here's one of my front-end managers over here, and I'm like, look. I was on vacation. I wasn't here at work for a week and a half. I got my picture taken in front of the very first Albertsons. There is a plaque. This is where Dr. Joe Albertson opened his first general store in Boise in 1931.
So
here
happy.
it is.
And
she just looks at it for about half a second and looks me in the face and goes, well, that's fucking stupid.
Oh my God.
And as my heart sank, which I learned to get used to throughout the course of my life, and I just thought, well, why did I ever even think it would be a good idea to A, take the picture, B, be excited about it?
Like, tell me about this manager lady. Like, what was she like?
A middle-aged woman working in a grocery store.
Was she what we referred to then as a dyke?
No.
Oh, valid question though.
No, because that's how I picture her, as being what would have been called I don't know if that's a bad word. Can we say dyke? Okay, so anyway, back then you could. I guess.
Yes, if you're in contextually in the time period. But no, she was just
Okay.
a short, stubby, blonde-haired.
Yeah, that's exactly
lady.
what I'm saying.
Karen-esque
You're like,
figure,
yeah, a dyke.
Rubenesque, if you will.
That's what I just said.
Anyway, so I've told that story a bunch of times, and I do believe that people in this
I
room have
leave for
said,
7 minutes.
we need to see this picture, and I've never had it. I've moved so
You
many
only have the
times and
memory.
So
been
okay,
divorced so many times, and as I'm going through, and there's baby pictures in there, and there's just all kinds of stuff.
this is your
in there.
shit that
This
your
is my
mom.
box of shit that my mom dropped off, and it's just mostly photos. And there I'm going through, and I start to see
my.
pictures of this trip because I know we went rafting on the Snake River. I know, and that's not a euphemism for anything.
Oh no.
Urban Dictionary. Here we
Uh,
go.
You weren't
we-
yodeling down the canyon, right? I mean, it
No,
was a
nothing
family
like
trip,
that.
yeah.
It was a family trip. We went horseback riding, and those pictures, and I start going like I'm shaking. Like this picture
You're
is
so
happening.
excited.
in here, and I mean, when I messaged you guys with a picture of that, like sitting on my leg with my cell phone.
I haven't seen that.
Oh,
It
yeah.
came through the group.
No, I haven't
Sure,
seen that.
Reddick.
Oh,
at all.
yeah.
No, I have not seen that.
Maybe you run tour?
No, it's there.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I
No,
can send
I
it
have,
again.
dude. No,
But
no, no.
I'm-
I can find it. if
I'm
it's
there in jean shorts, an extra large Massimo shirt or Stussy, whatever it was, Yaga shirt, long hair, Nike Air Hirachi sandals with white tube socks, and it's there in all score. So I can prove that this story that I have talked about so many times is an actual thing
Yeah,
that
there it
happened.
is. Fireworks stand right behind him.
Yeah, because it was summertime around the 4th of
I
July,
can tell
I'm
by
sure.
your socks and sandals.
I don't have it. I do not have it. I'm not joking. It is
Someone
not
send
even
it.
in my
Sean can pull it up.
like photos. You know what I mean? Like how you can pull up all the photos that are in the thread. Yeah, I don't have it.
Hang on. Just do it the easy
Sorry to
way.
hear that. Sean, can you pull
There.
that up on
No, it's on its way.
stream?
Oh,
Streamhead?
Lord.
Trying.
I got it, guys. Eric, you're just. But by the way, fucking
The hair.
everything is looking great.
Yeah, that is a real popular with the
Original
ladies
site
this
of
time.
Joe
Yeah.
Albertson's first supermarket established 1939. And you've managed to walk your fucking sandals with socks on through the flower bed.
Tall ass socks.
Yeah, tall sock. Probably 2 pairs of socks, if I had to guess, scrunched down, and then another one scrunched down, like
2
on
pairs?
top of that. Oh yeah, that
Why?
was a thing.
That wasn't a thing.
It was a thing for me.
No.
Oh, those are the sandaliest sandals I've ever sandaled.
They are the sandaliest sandals.
Well, up there,
ever.
everyone was wearing those Tevas at
What
the
is
time.
your shirt?
you
Are those
know.
AirPods? Like, were you from the future?
No, that was a necklace.
No. Like the picture on them.
Oh, I don't know. It was probably a
It does look
Yaga.
like AirPods.
Fast Forward was this store at the mall. That
No,
sold-
yeah, fast forward. And then it was Zoomies. Then it was, what is it now?
Well, now that mall's
Oh, you know what
the
that's
mall I
on his
went to is
shirt?
gone.
It's actually a penis with testicles.
Those were
Probably.
little AirPods.
Well,
So, in any event,
wow. Oh my God, it's on the screen. Amazing.
oh my god.
There it is.
So, yeah.
So good. Were
Man.
you so excited?
It made my day to come across that photo, partly because I wanted y'all to know that it was a real thing and not an embellished
And
Of
that,
course.
and that
story
you had the Leonardo DiCaprio haircut.
that, I knew
How old are you here?
37.
94, so I was like 16, 17.
16, and your parents could still convince you to go on trips with them or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
How old were you?
Family 15, 16.
And your parents still wanted you to go on trips with them?
Well, we
16?
always
It was
went
like-
up there.
I stopped getting
Yeah.
invited, I think, at that point.
No, well, our
dude,
upbringing was a little different.
So
but-
Sean,
Like
please
9 to
post
11.
this on the
I was allowed to go.
appropriate sites. We've come full circle on that. Amazing.
I don't know how we got off on that story, but anyway.
Nobody got off on it, I promise.
Did you
I'm
not
gonna get off
see
to it
the
later.
double socks?
Yeah,
Pretty
Sorry.
great.
hiding my big beefy calves.
A lot happens here. We find out. Obviously, we continue finding out that Larry is a piece of shit.
He's a
He
degen gambler.
lost some money on the Super Bowl. How much you need? Couple thousand, three tops. You know. And in another house, Rick Moranis is teaching his child, and his wife comes home in like yoga gear and shit, like Olivia Newton-John, full on.
Oh, that looks so uncomfortable.
Those stirrups? No,
Yeah,
they're not
it's a-
stirrups. What are they?
It just seems like a lot of clothing.
Yeah.
You know, like it's,
to work out in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the socks.
Yeah. Well, those are the same socks Erica's wearing.
I know.
In the,
the double
might have
sock.
been- yeah.
and the double sock thing. But anyway, she's
Was the
like,
idea like a Spanx situation? Like, was it like so you didn't have any lines?
probably. I don't know. I mean, I don't. They just all wore
It just
that.
looked
back
awful.
All the Jazzercise World Jazzercise Championship videos.
My grandma
everyone's wearing
Cindy
that
was
stuff.
a jazzerciser, and she
Yeah.
had all those outfits,
I
and she
bet.
would jazzercise it up.
Man, on Cinemax during the day, they would just show that in between movies. They just show girls doing that, and I guess it was really to get
Makes sense.
women
I
to
guess.
dance around and shit.
But for you, it was for fapping.
100%. Like I would just fuck the couch, you know, like just
You
put,
and that couch.
oh, I put my
That
penis
poor
in every
couch.
single crevice in that poor thing, and then my parents' friends would sit on it and shit.
Oh,
and
You
I'd-
just
yeah.
laughed at
man.
yourself.
Well, nothing was coming
Get
out
off
yet.
my girlfriend.
Once stuff was coming out, I was pretty careful about
That's
it.
my special corner.
Before stuff comes out, you feel like it should come out, and then you try to keep going, and it just burns really, really bad.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah, because it's a couch
No.
made out of 1970s
no, I'm talking
polyester
about-
fabric.
no,
It's
it
like
was
staples in there and shit.
No,
Yeah.
it was fairly smooth. It was like a almost
Leather?
velvet.
Was it still
you
there's
know?
still like with plastic on it?
It was definitely not
Ugh.
leather. We never had any leather, but yeah, the polyester couch. I did fuck that couch, but the better one was the one that was sort of velvety. You know, like
Fuck yo couch.
Slides a little better,
Yes, please.
much better. Yeah,
especially with lotion.
And,
We just got a new
I had a
couch.
water
No,
bed.
I
Did you ever
didn't
have a
put-
water bed?
Of
Ever
Is
talk
that what
about
happened
this?
to our old couch? Is that
Of
why it fell
course
apart
I had
so
a
fast?
water bed.
No,
Yeah,
usually it sticks together real well.
I haven't fucked a couch since the age of
You
12.
remember? I mean, you must remember, and maybe everybody here. There used to be when you would sign an apartment lease, like a thing in there. You can't move to the second floor of this apartment building if you have a water bed
Yeah, it
because
makes
those
sense.
things used to.
Oh, for sure.
First of all,
They still had that in the lease
Would-
whenever I was like in apartments. Yeah.
I just had a
And you
slow
also
lease.
can't cook curry.
and you're going,
Oh my god, that
Who the
the
fuck has a
people
water
the
bed?
people below me and the ex in our apartment cooked curry every night, and like when you would walk into the garage,
Oh.
it would floor you. And I've told you the story
You know
before.
what's so funny is I cook curry like in this house.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
but
curry,
not like
and Derek will cook it too, and it will smell for days.
It's just so funny. Like back then, I'd be like, "Why the fuck would I be cooking curry?" And now I'm like, "Cause it's delicious."
It is
Well,
delicious.
yeah, I mean,
coconut
fuck, I'm sure it was
spicy curry is nice.
What's that, buttered chicken?
Oh,
Yeah,
is
not
that
with
considered curry?
naan.
I don't know.
Naan bread.
I like it. Anyway,
Nuh-uh.
so all right, back to this whole thing. Phil, you're getting ready to tell them to go fuck them off. Fuck off.
Fuck them off.
Fuck them off.
Oh, jeez.
Come here.
And then I don't know. There's some. The good thing about this movie is, as you said, many of these things are like real life things. Like when the kid just is playing video games and he has to say to his dad, like, "Hey, why do I have to see a psychiatrist?" And that's sort of like when that stuff comes up because their little minds. That's how they work. You know.
When they sit down on the bench and
Mhm.
like so we don't have to play how many times did Eric cry, but I got a little teary at that interaction because of how perfectly I think Steve Martin handled
You
that.
fucking handled it.
It was a really
amazing.
realistic answer. It didn't feel very
Yes.
cinematic to me. It
Yeah,
felt
this
like
is Ron Howard at
sometimes you
work.
feel
Yeah.
things and we're just gonna talk about those things,
Mhm.
but I love you. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I think you're a good kid.
Yeah.
It was good.
I have to have that conversation with Eller sometimes because he's a lot.
Yeah.
And I know that the constant, no, stop, quit that. You've got it. Eller, how many times have I told you? And I watch his little, and it is not him being bad. He's a high energy 7-year-old kid who is cooped up a lot of the day and probably needs more of an outlet than me and his mom have provided for him.
well, not only
And
is
that
he high
not
energy, but
his
he's
fault.
extremely intelligent, which is a lot for kids his age, I bet.
Yeah, it is. Yes. And so, and we don't know a bunch of our neighbors, and it's just how many times has he asked me, can we go out in the backyard and play? And I'm working or something. You got to wait, sorry. So it is not him acting out. It's not him being bad. He's just high energy. And I do watch his little heart just kind of like, man, you know? And so I do often have to sit him down and go, buddy, you're rad. You're amazing. Just because we can't do everything you want to do at the exact time you want to do it doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. You know, just having to over-explain to a sensitive kid, you know, why things are happening, because he's only 7. And so in this movie, he's what? They say he's 9.
He's 9. He's turning 9.
Turning 9. Yeah. So same age. And I got very teary.
He's 9. He's 9 and Eller's 7. So it's not the same.
Yeah, it's close though.
Math.
Well, one's 7 and one's 9.
Yeah. There's about a 20% age difference there. But in any event,
Jesus Christ.
Yes, I thought that was very touching. I thought he handled it great. And again, to go back to something you said, and we've said a couple times, the timelessness of this is those conversations are always happening across time as it exists when you're a caring parent who does not want your child to feel like they have done something wrong just for being themselves.
He's also hypersensitive to the way that his dad dealt with things his whole life, and him being the oldest kid, right? And so then what you find out throughout this whole thing is that his dad, you know, obviously was sort of absent and not there, so he's there or whatever. His dad, you know, shouldn't have had a 4th kid or whatever. Then the fucking big deal is that his dad is like, you know, you had polio and I was pissed at you about that or whatever.
Ooh,
and so he has to have this internal thing about, wait a minute, hold on. How do I feel about, do I hate this for him? Do I hate this for me? They don't really give us that, by the way. What they give us is us, we all have to think about it, is, you know, hey, I don't want him to go to this school. Well, do you not want that for him? Because is that the best thing for him? Or do you want him to go to private school? Whatever, you know, the thing is that, and he has to sort of realize all of that of like, okay, this is not getting any better. And the mom fucking nails it though. When she goes, what'd you think? You were going to coach Little League and fucking take him to the arcade. And like all of a sudden he just is back in regular school again.
And that he says, yes.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I can relate to Steve Martin in this movie so much, because I feel like in parenting, like it's easy to battle, like wanting to be a different parent than your own parent while being so similar to your own child. Like that shit is hard because we have a bouncy child that is a lot and ADHD. I mean, I'm constantly telling him no, but I'm telling him no because I am so overstimulated and he is he's overstimulating and overstimulated all day long. We did a yes day the other day where that was like the rule. I mean, there's ground rules, you know, like you can't just shoot heroin.
Basically, the rule is everything's no, but go ahead and
you can
ask.
Fucking.
I won't
Here's
be
the deal.
so impatient.
Fuck off. But it's really funny because even in like having this yes day, he even would be like, okay, it's yes day, so I get to pick what's on TV, but I'm going to pick something that we can watch together. Like he even would be like, just so that we could watch something together, so that, because he knows that usually he'd pick up the TV and want to watch fucking annoying ass YouTube shows. But it's just really interesting, like how if you sit down and like aren't just quick to be like, turn that off, that's annoying, oh my god, like what they will actually do.
He came to the top of the stairs the other day, and
perspective's a bitch on those things.
Yes.
And and I was sitting there on my phone. I was doing a couple of things. I was right in the middle of something, and he goes, "Hey, Dad, you want to come up and play this game?" And I don't play video games, but I have begun playing video games with him because I did that with Jack, and I can get into video games enough to play with them, and then I do enjoy it. I just don't. It's not something that I need for myself. Anyway, the point is, he's like, "Hey, do you want to come out and play this game?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll come up there in just a minute." And he goes, "Well, what are you doing?" I said, I'm getting a couple things. Well, what are you watching? I'm just watching mindless stuff. You want me to come down there and watch BattleBots? And I'm just like, I actually do want you to come down here and watch BattleBots, you know? And then we made it through about a half episode, and then I was able to pay attention. He monitors me looking at my phone, and I try not to look at my phone, but it's like, Dad, you're not watching. Hey, did you see this? The thing and blah, blah, blah. And then it's to the point though, where sometimes he's worried about me not watching and I am watching. And that makes me more like, Jarrett, you've got to stop goddamn looking at your fucking phone when you're doing this. We're all doing the best we can. But 30 minutes later, he's like, now you want to go play that video game? And I go, I sure as fuck do want to go play that video game. Let's get up there
Whip
right
your
now.
ass.
Yeah.
That's the difference in kids. Like we always say this is like Jack would always be like, I want to play basketball, and he'll go in 30 minutes. And 30 minutes later, Jack will show up and go, it's time to play basketball. Everett's not that kid.
Yeah.
Either he won't ask, or if he said in 30 minutes, he's off doing something else.
Yeah,
and it just won't
he
happen
forgets
again.
about it. Yeah,
So
and Jack would come in here all the. Y'all remember probably. I mean, Sean has. I mean, everybody has to have seen Jack come in here and be like, "Hey, Dad, can you do this?" And it's like, "Hey, okay, I put this time on it and go do that." But yes, Everett will forget. And I try not to take advantage of that. But it's, it's a fucking whole thing. Anyway, kids, am I right?
Pain in the ass.
Well, let's go to the Hubba Hubba clip here. God damn it, Sean. Jesus Christ.
You're a kid like I was. You have a lot of worries, that's all. And these doctors, they're experts at helping people with their worries. There's nothing to feel bad about. You're a great kid, and I love you very much, okay? Okay. Hey, you know what I think? I think this is going to be a great summer for you. And don't forget, you got a birthday coming up. Let's have a great party. That'll be fun, huh?
Can we have Cowboy Dan?
Who?
Cowboy Dan, the gunfighting balloon man. He was at Billy's party. He's cool.
Absolutely. It's a done deal. This is your dad talking now. Now you've got me excited. Okay, now, what do we say when we see a cute 8-year-old girl walk by?
Hubba hubba.
Hubba hubba, okay. Oh, don't tell your mom I taught you that. That'd be bad. Let's go.
Guess what restaurant they're in?
Funtime Pizza.
Showbiz Pizza.
Showbiz Pizza. Yeah.
Was there a Funtime Pizza? Or was it just Showbiz and I got it fucked?
I think it was Showbiz, like outside it said like Fun Time on the box or whatever.
Okay. Yeah,
but
Showbiz
yeah, they were
for
at a Showbiz, which
You gave me the hint. I wouldn't have known that if you hadn't said that.
The founder
I
of
remember.
Atari.
Yeah, and if you have not read this,
Bushnell,
if
right?
you've never read the story, it's amazing. It's the guy that founded Atari, and then he came up with this concept of Showbiz, and then Chuck E. Cheese was a whole different thing. And they ended up, Showbiz actually bought Chuck E. Cheese, and the mascot was just tested better. So,
Yeah, because
he
Showbiz
smoked.
was the big
Billy Bob
bear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
Billy
was
Bob.
freaking terrifying.
I didn't mind him, but I do think the band is better. Chuck E. Cheese is better because.
Well, you would say that. 'Cause
Well,
you're
they
part
had
of, like global Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, that's true. I don't.
And you're in a
know.
band.
I liked both of them. I liked both of them.
Yeah, my parents tell me we're going to either one. This is great. Great news.
Now you still vacation with your parents, is that right? You guys.
I
got a
actually
road
still
trip
vacation with my
coming
dad
up with
to go see my brother up in Denver very often.
Of course, that's fine. You just at 17.
Well, I'm glad I have your approval.
You're welcome. Hey,
Hi.
So hey, man. Hey, Wrangler. So lots is going on here. I mean, we've got teenage angst, prepubescent changes with no father figure. We've got, dad,
overbearing dad trying to force 4-year-old to learn
whole thing.
French.
There's so much.
And French kissing.
Now we get to baseball here, and it's like, hey, which one of you guys wants to try second base? And he's the coach, and nobody's saying anything. Is it Kevin? You want to try it? Sure, I'll go out there. And he has the dream sequence where his kid's the valedictorian, and he goes, "I'm the happiest, most confident, and well-adjusted person in the world." And I gotta thank my
Thanks to
dad.
my dad.
I laughed at that. He stands up, and everyone gives him a standing.
Well, it's
ovation.
also funny because they try to make him look old, but he already
oh my
looks
gosh,
that age.
Yes, and I'm like, they did nothing but put facial hair and
Glasses.
add a cane.
Yeah, you're just the same exact age, buddy. That's that. But Lou is Rob Howard's brother. We've talked about him a bunch because he's in every movie ever. He's really taking that shit serious, but he drops the pop fly, and things happen. We talked about this a lot earlier, but I know that this day and age, the coaches would be like, "Hey, let's rally around this kid," and
even if he does suck,
he did his best to, and let's all shun his parents for raising a shitty baseball player.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, unathletic dickheads.
Motherfuckers.
With your
Now,
unathletic dickhead
Amy,
kid.
here we go.
Yep.
So what could possibly go wrong in this kid's life?
Let's think of the worst thing he could end up doing.
And when this thing started, I did not remember this at all, and I just went, "Oh boy!" And Casey, I think, was sort of half paying attention, and then realizes what's going on, and she goes, "Oh man!" Right? And you're like, "Okay, this is bad. This is really, really bad."
Well, and then they even like have him in the tower.
They put him
like
in
the whole
they
thing.
put him in the bell tower. It'd be like putting like your kid like walking through Columbine. Like it's fucking like.
Well, it was the UT thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's a specific shooting. Like it's really weird.
Yeah. When I saw him in the tower, I was like, "Oh, this is uncomfortable."
When they don't do it quick either, the thing goes on
forever.
a little
But
longer
the thing
than.
is
Well, it did.
This might have been so isolated back then that this could be like, okay, worst case scenario humor or whatever.
Yeah.
This is Tuesday.
We had two
now.
of them fucking this weekend.
Yeah, really.
One in a mall, no, a supermarket,
Buffalo,
and one in
yeah.
a church.
Yeah,
And,
this is 20 years after the UT shooting. This movie,
right?
And Columbine happened 10 years after this. And after Columbine, this would have never been allowed to be a thing.
That's
ever
the thing. In those 30 years, it's not like we really even heard about this kind of thing. So it was a thing where you could, in a dramedy, go, well, what's the
But
worst
the
thing he could be?
I feel like though, if you like made it like, okay, he's out there shooting up a place, but the fact that they specifically use the bell tower is fucking weird.
Yeah, I think you're right for sure. I mean, it definitely
Like that people went to go see this wholesome Steve Martin movie, and like
Yeah.
there's people being like, oh, I had people that
Maybe put
died
him
in that.
on top of the dorm roof or something. Like just anything the tiniest bit different.
Yeah, it was weird.
What happened with that guy, the bell tower guy? Did they pick him off, or
I think they shot. I think
Yeah.
he died.
yeah?
If he didn't die then, I almost guarantee you he's dead now.
If
The
it was,
oldest-
if it was, if
the
that
oldest
shit was,
mass shooter ever still around. He's like,
Yeah.
way to go, dude.
if
You know?
that shit was in Dallas, they'd just fucking send a robot over there and blow up the fucking tower.
Yeah,
I love Texas.
remember that robot? Saved the day.
Yep, he killed his mom and his wife, and then shot up. Let's see, he definitely died that day.
Yeah, fuck him.
But did they kill him or did he kill him?
Now let's talk about first of all, every time Gary walks in and she goes, "Hi, Gary," and that makes me laugh. But let's talk about Keanu Reeves' acting.
How good he is.
Let's record our love.
Boy, he is just not good a lot, man.
Well, he got good. He's a good actor now.
He is in good
He
movies.
he
now.
got good.
He's in good movies now. But I mean, he's not not Leonardo DiCaprio.
There
That's
we go.
not what I'm saying. You can be a good actor and not be Leonardo DiCaprio. You can
I-
be a good musician and not be Jimi Hendrix, who I know you already hate.
Right. Not a good comparison.
Yeah,
I don't
sorry.
give a fuck about that guy.
That really didn't work. That didn't land the way I thought it would.
Yeah. Stevie Ray Vaughan. Now fuck that guy too. I don't get it.
Okay, you can be a good musician but not be Dave Mustaine.
I don't give a shit about that guy.
Well, all right. Look, I'm trying
I'm
to get on
joking.
your level.
I'm joking. I am kidding. But yeah, you're right. And you know what? That's not fair. He is a great actor in the things that he does, and he's made great motion pictures. And as we know this day and age, he's a fucking amazing human being.
Yeah,
Sweetheart.
He is.
Yeah.
So good for that guy.
Yeah, and a good human being, and a pretty good bass player.
I like to think that after
Oh.
like he like passes away and like 50 years after, like we find out he had like hundreds of like slave children like under in his
Yeah.
basement or something crazy like
Here's
that.
hoping.
Kitty Diddler.
Man. So get into the uncomfortable part.
Anyway, that's just what
where
I hope.
They
Yeah,
do the.
well, it's good to have hopes.
They do the haircuts, and then
It's a good
Gary
documentary.
comes in, and he needs a fucking father figure, man. He's just like,
What did
Hey,
y'all
I
think
wanna
was going to
go-
be in the bag?
I want to go live with my dad.
I will say this: if you're trying to hide porn, you really don't travel with it that much.
Or you just put it in your
Back in the
backpack. Why
day-
would you need like a specialized giant brown paper
Just,
bag?
like with arrows pointing to it. Here's my.
This is
crumpled
my
up-
suspicious
Yeah,
bag.
I will walk out
He
with
was
Your
this
taking
mom's
that
going,
shit
what's
over-
in the bag?
to
He
his
was
friend's
taking that
house.
shit over to his friend's house. I did that shit.
So y'all
Yeah,
could
but
touch
why would you
penises.
have
We
a-
touched dick. Now that was in the second grade.
Why wouldn't you take a less suspicious bag?
I don't know. I don't even know if I had a backpack. I'm being.
You had a
completely honest.
knapsack.
Well, that
Did
was
you have
way younger than that.
one of those duffels? You
What
were
did
a
you take your
duffel
shit
guy?
to school in?
Well, our books just stayed at school. I guess I had a backpack.
Homework? You didn't have homework?
Did you have baggy jeans? It's a VHS. Fucking.
I'm gonna be honest about homework, and this is gonna sound like I'm just.
His clothes were huge. He could have shoved it in his pants.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, let's get back to this fucking phone call is brutal. And
Ooh.
you can already tell that there's something to him. You know, like when there's certain aspects of his acting in this movie to me that like just show little glimpses of, oh boy, this kid's gonna be really good.
Okay, but everybody here knew that was River Phoenix. I mean, Joaquin Phoenix the whole time.
Well, I told Casey.
I knew because she told me.
I knew today when
There
I
we
was
go.
looking at IMDb.
So what did you think?
I wouldn't have guessed it, but I would have been like, "Oh, that kid looks familiar."
What did you think
Yeah,
then about
'cause we
this
talked about the
performance
lip
before
stuff.
you knew it was
He
his?
must have told you because I didn't know until today whenever we were watching it.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I wondered. I did wonder who it was.
We were
In
talking
fact, that's
about it, but I
when
didn't know
I
why
found
this
out
we were talking about.
that it was
Leaf. No, his name was Leaf.
Yeah,
back
Leaf
then.
back then.
Leaf.
So, no, I mean, knowing that, I'm not surprised that it was a good performance, but I thought it was a good performance, and is why I wanted to know who that was
Yeah.
and what he did
Yeah,
later on
okay.
in
Well,
life.
that's what it really was.
Oh, well,
I was
he won an
asking.
Academy Award. So
Yeah, and there's aspects of it where I think it's hard to be a child actor. It's like it's the saying a thought and then reacting to what they say next. So when he comes in and he goes, "What are you doing in my room?" And then like, "Did you take that lock off the door?" Like that's the hardest fucking line, like to deliver, is to stay in that moment.
Yeah.
And then be able to deliver that and make it real. And he didn't achieve it, but like you could see like that was the only time it made me uncomfortable, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like where he and most child actors,
because
I
the
just think they're all
contrary, the
dog
way
shit.
he delivers, since we are talking about that phone call, the way he comes out and delivers the line,
Oh my god, it's
he
fucking,
doesn't think it would be a good idea.
it's heartbreaking.
It's like you can hear the lump in his throat.
Yeah.
You can hear his heart breaking. You can hear the shattered expectations.
It's fucking unbelievable.
It's delivered. I mean, getting chills.
Me too.
Just,
Yeah, just thinking about
he
that.
does that. It's a simple line. It's what, six words.
Sure, but it's like
But
they had what's his face when he got E.T. His screen test is essentially he had to cry and basically do the
Oh, that
no.
thing's
Have
fucked
you
up.
ever watched that shit on YouTube?
No.
No.
You've
It's
got
it's crazy.
You've got to go watch it. So it's essentially his screen test.
Elliot?
Yeah.
So Elliot is doing his screen test, and what they're doing is he's saying like, "No, don't take him. Don't." He's
yeah.
don't do this, and he's doing it to just an open room of directors and shit. But
I just got goosebumps thinking about it.
me
It's
too,
crazy.
like the one oh shit.
There he
it's right
is.
there. Okay, yeah, there it is, right there.
Come here, little guy.
It's magical. Go watch it. You got to go watch it.
I
Okay.
told Jarrett when we were watching this, it was really strange for me. I'd never seen young Joaquin Phoenix. Of course, I'd seen River Phoenix, but I'd never really seen how similar they look because I've never seen young Joaquin Phoenix. I've never seen adult, River Phoenix, really. And so seeing how similar they looked was really kind of eerie to me.
I think that's why I didn't recognize it, because when I think Joaquin Phoenix, I think of the dark, not just dark
Gladiator.
hair, but like he's a dark looking, like that guy
Yeah.
from American Beauty. Was that the one with the videotape guy? He's got
Yes.
such
exactly.
such
yeah.
a
persona.
dark,
Striking.
The guy
looking
that's in
look,
Yellowstone.
and that's
It's
what
the guy that's
yes,
in
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yellowstone. Yeah.
And
yeah,
so-
dark hair, like that permanent 5 o'clock shadow, Johnny Cash fucking thing.
Dark circles, and
All of it,
just
yeah.
all of it.
Yeah, but
And
he's a
so
little boy here.
but he's just a kid, and so
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
definitely
he's fucking great.
it honestly looked like Meredith's kid from The Office when he shows up every now and then. Is
Oh, I
don't
have
know who
another
that is.
lookalike from this movie. For those of you that watch Ozark, okay.
Yes.
Damn it, is his name Wyatt?
Yeah.
The one that
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
lives on the farm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Wyatt.
Is married to Darlene.
Yes. Well, I didn't want to
Well.
ruin anything.
He's into older chicks.
But he looks like the chick with blonde hair. The daughter.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
that's
yeah, they
similar.
do look
Martha
alike.
Martha Plimpton from the Goonies.
The
fame.
Goonies, but
look
then
exactly
she ended up
alike.
being in a sitcom later.
Yeah, Raising Hope. That fucking show is so funny.
So I'll tell
Nobody's
you,
ever watched
Is
it.
this the one that you're always talking about?
a weird thing about that girl is
I don't know
that's
if
one of
I've
those
talked
girls
about
where
it, but it's so good.
I remember seeing
Oh,
her and
It's
thinking,
so good.
boy, that is a really unattractive person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now when I
She's
see
so
her,
pretty.
I'm like, oh man, what the fuck was I thinking? She's really pretty girl. Like it's really
sometimes you grow into it, like I have.
Yeah.
They always just kind of kept her like they never really put a lot of makeup on her, and they always kind of.
Yeah, in Goonies, they had her in glasses, and
but it is a thing that your perception of like what is pretty and what is it. I wouldn't say that it gets.
Well,
it doesn't evolve because it.
Your standards just get lower.
Well,
as you
that's a
get older.
mean thing to say, but I mean,
you realize you have less opportunities out there, so you have to cast a wider net.
I just double checked in case I'm crazy. Raising Hope has 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. It is a hilarious show.
It's got Cloris Leachman in it.
Who else is in this?
Cloris Leachman.
Because
yeah, she's in it. She's great in it.
And then the guy who plays the dad of the boy who has the kid is in a bunch of shit.
This is a different show than what I'm thinking of. There was not Sweet Home Alabama.
No, you're talking about fuck, what was
Arkansas City.
Oh damn
with
it.
Rachel Bilson or somebody.
Yeah. I used to say that me and Sean watched it, but Sean didn't watch
Kelsey
it.
tried to get me to watch it, but I can't remember what was.
Damn
That's what I
it.
think Raising Hope
No,
is, but it's not that.
What was that show me and you used to watch? No,
that
you didn't really
show
watch it, but I used to
sucks.
say you did.
Tyler Hilton coming on the Rockstar Dad show pretty soon, by the way.
Who's he from?
He's in One Tree Hill.
Fuck,
Does
what
he
was
play
that show?
Nathan?
Heart of Dixie.
Heart of Dixie. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. No, Raising Hope is so funny. Y'all should. That's a good show that you should watch.
Okay.
Just for something funny.
All right, we're into funny.
It is just straight funny.
A lot of stuff happens here. The birthday party is, he saves the day. Unbreakable pinata. He's that was easy for me to say.
Yeah.
The unbreakable pinata with the saw and all that. The stripper
And now
shows up.
they don't even let you hit a pinata anymore. You go to the store, and everybody gets to pull a little ribbon
Oh my
off
gosh, that's
the bottom
right.
of the
I
pinata.
forgot
And
about
I've
that.
never seen a group of kids less enthusiastic
stupid.
about getting
Yeah,
a bunch
they
of
fucking
candy.
hate it.
I didn't know that. I had Everett and his friends beating the shit out of one time, and somebody had to tell me that's how it worked. And
yeah.
And so
Oh, man,
line
we
all
had
these.
them like hanging from the stairs in the house. And
Yeah,
shit.
we actually had Rich Coleman. we couldn't find a place. We didn't realize we did not have a place to hang a fucking pinata anywhere surrounding our house. We tried the basketball hoop, but nothing fucking made sense. So we hung it over our banister, and we had Rich Coleman in the corner by our door with a bunch of fucking pillows or something. Because it was like the only place that like wouldn't like by the mirror.
Yeah, so they wouldn't hit the mirror or the door.
They beat the
That's
shit out of the pinata.
I'm like, these kids, there's candy in here.
Yeah.
When it happens,
Why can't you hit it?
you guys are
'Cause
gonna
of-
love it. Because it's just not
Unless
made
it's
that
Billy
way.
Madison. Oh, a Rolex.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Rolex.
So hey, all you kids, line up.
So you just pull tampon strings until
And now
something
single
falls out.
file, come over here and pull a ribbon. Oh, nope, it wasn't you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well-
nope, it wasn't you. Or it's the first kid who just walks up and goes, "Moo," and
Okay.
all the candy falls
Next
out.
birthday party, I'm getting one of those, filling it with cow's blood or pig's blood or whatever, like Carrie, and then I'm throwing candy from somewhere
I'll
else
be
up high.
slipping all over them guts.
So whoever wins loses, and then there's gonna be candy. Loophole.
They'll forget all
Okay.
about the
Yeah,
blood.
I like it. Now, I was slipping on this guts, and then everybody came around and they was also slipping on the guts.
But that is again, what better way to relate to a bunch of 9-year-olds than to tell a funny story?
Well, the
about-
hole gets bigger that he's shot in,
Yeah.
and then he
That
just
was
like, I
funny.
got it, and he's so great in all of this. Again, your lower intestines. I say that shit all the time, and then the yippee guy, hey ha, and then he just fucking falls off the horse and limps back or whatever.
I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass. That sounded like some Jarrett Reddick shit if I've ever heard it. That sounds like
Yeah.
some story that Jack or Emma has from whenever they were little.
Yeah,
Some fucking shit that you would have pulled out of your ass at a birthday party
yeah.
a million times over.
Well, I've always been good at birthday parties, and thank you, baby. I appreciate that. But I've always been good at
Minus the
entertaining
horse.
their
I don't know
friends.
how you feel
Yeah,
about the
I
horse.
don't know
Yeah.
if I think I'm too fat to get on a horse now. I'm not sure how fat you can. I mean,
I'm
how
not sure at
big was-
any point
how big was
I would have
Haas?
seen you on a
You know,
horse.
like,
Well, I don't know, but horses are kind of made to withstand,
Yeah.
like they're beasts of burden for the most part.
I'll never be a beast.
If
of
you're worried,
burden.
go get on a Clydesdale.
I walk for miles.
Man, a lot happens here. The sweetest line in the whole movie. And the kid just goes, "Hey, Dad, when I grow up, can I work at your office so we can see each other every day?" And I'm just like, my God. And the dad does exactly what I would do. Like, "Good night, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow." Like, I've got to get these shoes off. I got to get the fuck.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
I need to get to my chair. My dog has been waiting for me to pet him all day.
Then he says, "Mom."
Yeah. And then he says, "Mom, hubba, hubba."
Hubba, hubba.
Pretty good.
Which is funny.
It is great. Vandalizing the dentist things. I talk about this in 5 questions, but the movies that he hid his porn in, such great choices. Back to the Future, Great Outdoors, Dragnet. But the
he was so close to getting away with it.
The movie that he was watching, Wet, Wild, and Ready. Which sounds like that kind of. And then the grandmother is like, "What channel is this?" And then She Needs a Man.
The problem with Wet, Wild, and Ready as a title for a porno is that it doesn't really tell you.
Yeah, it was like a Cleopatra thing. I don't remember.
It was Indiana Jones themed, actually. But I want to hear.
Everett was upstairs on his Game Boy, on his Xbox with his little headset on. And I had to like turn the TV all the way down because I was downstairs. I didn't know like what was going to be going over his microphone to his classmates that he plays video games with. So I didn't really actually see what was.
Meanwhile, they're like in his headphones going, "You motherfucker!
You son of a bitch!
Fucked your ass and titties." Yeah, exactly.
Me?
Now, she says
that's what kids say to each other.
She says, I'm guessing by this you're curious about sex or filmmaking. Like, that lady can deliver a line.
She's
funny. You know what I mean? Like that. She in every movie she's in, there's just something about the way that she can do that.
She's so endearing.
Oh man, they're just. I've always loved her.
This is the thing that fucks me up the most about this movie, is that. So what's her name? Diane Weist, right?
Yeah.
Steve Martin and Mary Steenburgen.
Yep.
All look the exact and Rick Moranis. They all look the exact same age now.
Yeah.
But Joaquin Phoenix is the same as a fucking little kid in this movie. And I feel like he could be in a movie now, like playing the same age as these people now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And that
it doesn't look anything like that.
Fucking with me. And Keanu Reeves. Like,
he definitely doesn't
so
look
weird.
like that. Keanu Reeves looks the fucking same, but
no, he doesn't. He's all gray bearded and a little older. I just feel like they all grew up to be the same age as all of those people.
Yeah,
that's
fucked up.
Yep.
Well, that.
You know what? That's just what little dudes do.
A few months ago, Gary got his first boner. You know what that is?
If memory serves.
Oh, great. Anyway, since then, he's been, slapping the salami. No offense.
No.
Apparently, he's going for a world record. Chicken's burning.
Oh.
Damn. That looked good, too. Anyway, he was afraid there was something wrong with him, you know? Like he was a pervert or something. I told him that's what little dudes do. We've all done it. That made him happy.
Gary was happy?
Yeah. He even smiled. I never even knew he had teeth.
By the way, to the listener, that scene, all of the appliances are green, and that was fucking real. Like, all of our goddamn appliances were just
that the
green.
oven that she threw the steak
That
into?
thing
this
I've
was
never
89.
seen. I know, but that thing was outdated as fuck.
What
I've never
is that?
even seen that before.
Looked like a industrial.
Like a broiler.
But I think the thing was that she lived in an older house kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know?
We had an olive green refrigerator almost my entire childhood.
We had green
Yeah,
table and chairs.
I think my
We
Granny
had
Grace
green.
had oven like that.
We had green washer and dryer. Green. Everything was green for a while. But it was more 70s though, I will say. And everybody had those cake pans hanging on the brass cake pans hanging on the wall. Like, it's like, this one's a star. Here's a fish. You know, they were just decorations.
A fish cake.
Yeah.
Fish cakes
No,
are
but
good.
nobody
yeah.
actually used them,
No, you never used them.
What if you need to make a
except
fish
for
cake?
the bunt ones.
Well, that by the way, I think anybody who drinks milk from the carton out of the fridge, to me,
Ooh, like a paper carton?
yeah,
is a psycho.
anytime. I don't understand why is that a trope?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
fucking
Oh,
trope.
yeah.
That is
It's the only
that's a
way to
good one.
find missing people
But people do that in movies all the time.
because
and
you won't find a missing person if you don't.
nobody goddamn does that. Who the fuck drinks
If you
milk
pour
out
it
of-
in a glass and you set it on the table, you will leave and then
someone will
and then it'll pan to it and you'll miss the missing person. If you drink from it, you'll see the missing person.
Okay, I understand what you're talking
Do you
about.
know
With
what I
the
mean?
missing people.
Y'all know what I
Yes,
mean.
but-
I do know what
Yeah.
you mean. Absolutely.
But there's no way that woman wouldn't go, would you like a glass?
Yeah.
You know,
Not-
like you're
Well, she's
maybe
too
in
busy
the
talking about her
typical-
young child
Yeah.
masturbating.
because I think she heard Gary was happy. I don't think she cared about anything.
okay,
else in
but
that
seriously,
film.
let's talk about this. You see somebody pull a fucking milk carton out of a refrigerator and drink out of it.
I'd slap it out of their
You
hand.
want them to, you literally want them to be in a car wreck.
Pretty sure she
100%.
thought her child was like transporting like animal fucking intestines
Right.
up until that point.
Okay.
I'm sure
I
she's
see
fine.
what you guys are saying.
hey,
but I
time
don't
out.
know.
You have your own Funko Pop.
Yeah.
When did this happen? How did it happen?
So that is, it's like a custom one. I got it handed to it by a fan. Oh,
I
the
think
night
there's
actually,
like several. I think people have them. Like
there's a bunch of them in the world, but
Yeah.
I got that the night that you played guitar for me at the food court place.
Should I show the people?
Oh, Legacy Hall. Yeah. Wow.
Well,
I'm seeing that for the first time. Anyway, sorry.
Legacy Hall, not Legacy Hall. It's Legacy Hall.
speaking of Funko Pops,
no.
which reminds me of gifts that Sean gave me. Jarrett just for the first time ever watched the Threat Littleville Midnight
I
episode
did. I had never
of
seen
The
that one.
Office.
I don't know
He's
why
never
I missed
seen
that
it.
one. Yeah. By the way, speaking of other gifts, if you have Christmas gifts
and
in
my
this
dad.
room, take them fucking home. Even if you don't plan to use them or
I
whatever.
don't plan on bringing mine for you guys over until June
No,
25th.
His are
No, I'm
relevant.
saying I think he has gifts down there at his feet.
I think that's just trash.
There's a goddamn pizza oven in my car.
No, that's just trash.
I'm kidding. It's not.
It's just- what's in the box?
Yeah, I'm just joking. All right. Well, I guess okay. All
No,
right.
the gavel and the,
All right.
pencil,
Oh, the
those are
gavel
all-
stays here,
Yeah,
right?
those are all relevant.
Yeah, this is my things.
Stop-
Don't
yeah,
touch
These are
my
pro-
things.
Stop
Guys,
yelling at
you know
everybody.
what? I fucked it up. So I'm so tense. Oh no, let's talk about the retainer. Does anybody have any friends whose parents actually had to go through the trash at a place?
Oh
No.
yeah,
I do.
Middle school was every single week. Someone was looking for their
Somebody's fucking
because they
retainer.
put it on the tray and
Yep.
then they would throw it away.
My retainers.
It happened
missing.
all the time. Yeah, it's crazy. My parents would have been like, fuck that. We're just
We'll just go buy another one.
yeah, pretty
Well,
much.
my parents wouldn't have.
Because I'm the same way. Like I don't give a shit. Like
Well,
I'm not digging through that trash.
It's different now,
Yeah,
though.
your 16-year-old son hasn't worn his retainer in like a year. You should probably check in on that.
Yeah. No, he got they bought him another one. Oh boy, Jesus Christ.
Oh, boy.
Also, I'm wearing adult braces because I didn't wear my fucking retainer.
Yeah,
So
same C's.
Christ almighty. All right.
I already asked my orthodontist. I was like, "Can I just get like fucking like 3 of them?" She's
Yeah,
like, "We have a plan where we give you 5." I was like, "Fuck yeah,
Yeah,
I want
cool.
that
Give
one."
me the 5 plan. Then I'll only have to come back to you
3
twice
times.
a year.
Yep. Now,
Got a lot of bags. Got to lose them in.
so when she blows them into the car,
That sounded like I had cool purses. It's like backpacks.
she blows them in the car. Have you guys ever seen the movie The World According to Garp?
No.
Mm-mm.
Is it Tim Conway?
I don't
No.
know. Yeah, it
It's
sounded familiar right when you said it.
No, that's Dorf.
Robin Williams. And anyway, this kind of thing is happening, and he's getting a BJ fellatio in a car by the babysitter, and then the mom finds out and fucking rams the car, and the babysitter bites
his
down.
weenie off.
Mhm. Bites his wiener off. Yeah. So that.
And what movie is this?
World According to Garp. It's kind of a fucked up movie. John Lithgow plays a trans person. I don't know how to describe it. Transsexual, yeah. But I'm not sure like what the so surgically removed.
Transgender.
Okay, so it's she has already had the surgery. So whatever, what is that?
Post-op.
Transgender.
A trans person was fine.
Okay, trans person. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so as you said earlier, the dad finally sticks up for himself. This guy's been thrown out of a car in his front yard. He just fucking took his car and brings it back finally. He's like, oh, I just got to get the papers to get it appraised. And, like,
says, I'm no schmuck or whatever it is. He says, yes.
Is there something though about like in relationships with like your friends or whatever, like, do y'all know people that have like this kid? I realize that I've already asked you sort of like if this kid exists or if you know that, but like, do you know people who have like this kid that they'll just like keep pumping stuff into kind of thing? Because I grew up with.
What do you mean?
I just mean like the rest of the kids can do whatever, and it's like, oh my God, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? And then this kid can do no wrong. Like this kid is investing in hydroponics and doesn't even know what that is. He's gambling on this, and you're still giving him money. You're still giving him money. He's gonna sell your fucking car, and you're like, oh, it's just Larry.
Yeah, Larry being Larry with his Larry things. No, I'm not old enough. Most of the people that are my friends have kids like the same age as I do.
No. I'm saying I knew kids that turned out like this.
Oh.
That would just keep going and keep taking and keep taking. But the other side of the whole thing is being the parents on that side.
Just lets it happen. Well, I kept thinking about that in this. And the dad does come to a pretty reasonable solution, right? You got to work with me.
He goes.
I was really
and I thought, I
that.
wonder if I would have thought of that. First of all, and secondly, I mean, I know that it's easy to say, not my kid, tough love. You're out of the house, and when you're out, don't you be coming back? And it's but
no way.
Yeah, until you're in it. Yeah.
Hold on. But this is what's beautiful about this fucking movie, because they deal with that.
Yeah.
When she's leaving that house and she says, it's basically, fuck you, well, fuck you too, don't ever come back. And she slams that door, and and the girl looks back into that house thinking, I don't want to, shit, this sucks. And the mom runs out and she's like, hey, okay, if you ever need anything, just let me know, call, whatever, like that.
But that's a little different than like years long
mooching,
drug addiction, where you've bailed them out and you've taken them to rehab and it hasn't stuck and they've stolen your TV set.
I'm gonna blow your mind
or whatever. And
so, lack of a better term, you've got, she's gonna be the one that's like in and out of the house. She says it. She goes, yeah, I'll give him 4 months or 6 months, 4 months if she cooks,
Yeah.
It's like establishing those things. And she's essentially saying in that thing that is the exact same thing that he says when he owes him 26 grand. She's my kid.
I know. And that's what I mean.
And that's fucking parenthood.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Bum, bum, bum.
We haven't done it in so long, Sean. Cue the fucking music. We solved Parenthood.
Woo! Nobody solved Parenthood.
No.
The movie Parenthood.
200 years from now.
Lots of stuff happening
Earth is
here.
On fire.
Let's see. We got to go to our 5th clip. I'm trying to get you guys out of here. We already did That's What Little Dudes Do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So periodic table. We did date night with the biology teacher.
It ended up well.
I liked that bit though, where he goes, I'm glad you finally decided to go out with me. Oh, well, my grandma told me to, because it's like, that's a really funny way to readdress that conversation. She comes in, and then this whole fight happens in front of the new boyfriend, and and I was at Woodstock. I peed in a field. Oh, I was at Woodstock. Oh, I thought you looked familiar. Yeah. And so, but anyway, and then the whole deal with the job, that's got to be a trope, right? Where the guy's like about to lose his job.
Over for a promotion.
I got to figure out what the fuck a trope is.
You're using
I think
it
that
in the right
milk one
context.
was really
The
good.
milk one, I think, is one. So the difference in this movie with the job thing is this guy really is contributing to the company.
Yeah.
And really does have the leg to stand on and stands up for himself. And at the end of the day gets the corner office, and maybe he doesn't get the partnership right away, but it certainly was a hit to the company when he left, because he's like, I'm going to go tell my clients. Apparently, they didn't have NSDs or whatever back in the non-disclosure NDSs,
NDA,
non-disclosure
agreement.
Nobody was allowed to compete. I'll tell you that much.
Good.
All right, Sean, take us to I Quit. That's where we're at.
Still change your mind?
What do you mean change my mind? I quit.
I know, but did you say anything that would make it difficult for them to take you back?
Jesus, honey, I was hoping you'd be a little more supportive. It's not like
I'm pregnant.
Since when?
Since I am. I'm due in February. I didn't want to say anything till I was sure.
How did this happen?
It was an accident. Anyhow, this is why I'm saying maybe now this isn't the best time for you to be out of work or starting a new job.
You know, if you'd told me there was a chance of this happening, I might not have quit in the first place.
Well, you never told me there was a chance you might quit.
It was a spur-of-the-moment decision.
Pretty big one.
So what are you saying I should do? Crawl back to work and kiss Dave's feet and get my crappy job back? I quit. If I go back now, they got me. I'm a eunuch.
You know, this puts a minor crimp in my life, too. I was thinking about starting back to work in the fall. Now I can't.
I can't believe y'all don't like her accent. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's not her accent. It's just her. Just
She's
the
like
way that her voice
kind of
sounds.
shaky.
Yeah.
And
Her timbre.
What the fucking fuck is one of the greatest lines ever delivered.
Oh, that's
in
great.
any movie ever.
It's not. I just don't care for it. It doesn't bother me a
She
whole bunch.
yeah, she like
but
speaks like a frail old lady, but she's
Yeah.
not.
She's always
Okay. All right. Okay. And What's Eating Gilbert Grape? She's I think she's like a frustrated housewife and just comes and gets Gilbert Grape to bang her all the time.
What was Eating Gilbert Grape? I've never seen that movie. Was it cancer?
No. It was just that he had a bunch of stuff going on at home.
Oh,
That
well,
mom.
that's sad.
He had like a really overweight mom, and his brother, he retired.
I forgot about that.
And one day
I was projecting.
he break Cage and
Sister's number 2 prostitute.
yeah,
he cannot afford it.
and he could not afford it. But his sisters are always like fucking with him to do shit. You know, I don't know. It's a whole goddamn.
Sounds terrible.
I don't know. It's fine. It's all
Sound
fine.
like the Grinch.
That's terrible.
Boy, this conversation is uncomfortable. He's like,
I thought you meant this one. I'm like, yeah, I mean,
Like,
mildly.
Yeah, we
he
can get
goes,
there.
Yeah,
well,
fucking turn
first of
around.
all, he goes, how did this happen? And you, like, I guess 30 years ago, maybe they didn't say anything, but like a woman right now would just go, how the fuck do you think
Yeah.
it happened?
I
It's
say
just
I
like-
use this line all the time when someone's like, you know, oh, I don't know, how many kids do you have? I'm like 3. And if I can ever figure out how this keeps happening,
Well,
you know,
Oh,
we won't
yeah.
have any more.
That's waka
She's
waka.
probably been talking to her
Hey,
sister-in-law,
y'all.
poked a hole in her.
Yeah, no
Oh,
diaphragm.
Diaphragm or whatever, which that makes no sense because it seems like any pressure put on it at that point, it would just go right through.
I don't.
And then all of a sudden it feels great.
How far up does the diaphragm?
I don't really understand any of that.
And how do you get it out? Tampons are on a string. You know,
Yeah, but
how do you?
Your
okay.
Fish shit
vagina
out?
only goes up so high. Your cervix closes off. That blocks stuff from getting up in there.
Oh, okay. So it's
and
not
it goes
just-
all the way to the cervix.
And you can't just get through your cervix and into your uterus.
Whoa,
Like,
whoa, hold
that-
on.
that
Hold on.
shit's closed up.
Serious? Swear to God, I'm not joking. Right now.
Oh God, we got to get y'all pamphlets. You
Women-
realize that
There's 3 holes down there.
I know what happens.
Sometimes 4.
Eric. So the diaphragm doesn't just like sit on the outside and not go in.
No, it
No, I know
goes
it
in.
goes in.
I don't know that.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, you're an idiot.
So what happens? You
It goes in and it blocks
It from
everything
entering the
getting
cervix.
into the cervix.
All
which
I'm
then
asking-
goes
how do you
into-
How
what do you
far-
get that
You
thing?
just roll it up and it.
Okay, but like, do you have to take it out before you pee every time?
Sean, you fucking
Oh my God.
animal.
So that's
super
a-
excited about this Supreme Court situation
Is that a
happening.
no?
the room full of men making all these fucking decisions.
I really don't know the answer to this guy.
I
know where
said
the
that
pee
on
hole
purpose.
is. Okay, I
and
know
that
that.
is
Okay,
fucking
so
brilliant.
the answer is no. You can pee or whatever.
Top of your vagina. Your
But,
vagina
like,
is the fucking the.
I understand where everything is, but like I know that like when I was in high school, like I had one girlfriend who wouldn't pee with a tampon in, and one that would change it every time she peed.
Well,
That's just a
they're
preference.
stupid.
That's stupid. It makes no.
They're
difference.
trying
Some
to
people
avoid
might do it just
toxic
because,
shock
like,
syndrome.
Some people might just do it because it might
Yeah.
just be uncomfortable or it might come out a little.
No, but pee is sterile, and I like. the
Okay, but
taste.
how far in there does it go?
The tampon?
No, the
It goes
diaphragm.
That's what I
Up to
want
your
to know too.
cervix area.
Yeah,
all the
I
way.
know, but how?
Yeah,
but-
and if you don't put it all the way there, then as long as the dick can shove it,
Well, mine.
Then
wouldn't-
how do
mine
you get
wouldn't be
that
able
thing
to,
out of
but
there?
you can reach up there.
Yeah, you just bear down and
Most women,
How far-
can touch their cervix if they try hard enough.
yeah.
I've seen videos of that. Jenna Jameson had two guys touching her cervix at the same time
Ooh.
with their whole fist.
I say that. I don't know if that's accurate, but I figure if you really get in there and try,
It sounds like a fucking nightmare.
I'm
You
just
can
saying a
do it.
tampon sits
Man,
pretty
I'm-
close to the edge, right? And it's got a string to come
Somebody
out.
send this conversation to Washington. DC, that is.
Yes.
All right. Well, they do
Things
talk
so-
about abortion. by
Not
the
like
way.
Seattle.
So I will-
like,
Mush motions.
not like
I will
going to go
say
fucking disrupt a Starbucks.
oh Lord,
I will say the whole pee thing. Yeah, that was a couple years ago when I found that out because I really
Yeah.
thought it was
I'm
fun.
Boys
glad
don't
that you
know.
know
I'm,
that.
I understand.
no, no,
It makes boys feel uncomfortable that they don't understand but there isn't. I literally, okay, I'm not lying.
I
I
don't-
literally went to my gynecologist today, and we had
That's
a
why you're
conversation.
feisty.
And we had a conversation, and he had to like literally show me this whole thing about a procedure, and he was like, "All right, so here's the thing, and here's the thing, and here's the part that, of course, obviously dudes don't know." And I'm just like, "Except for you, bro," because he's my gynecologist, and it's just so funny because
Then they
men
high-fived.
don't understand
Yeah.
vaginas.
I asked Amanda like
Okay,
within
well,
the last 2 years because
I don't know how a diaphragm works, but I know where pee comes out
like
now.
Yeah,
I'm
you do.
glad, guys.
the tampon.
You're a 50-year-old
stick.
man. You should.
that's the applicator.
Yeah, that thing. I had asked her, I'm like, does it hurt like when you sit down?
Oh
I
no.
I had never actually. I've just
Didn't
seen
know
the,
it came that it was just to put it in.
I've just seen the wrapper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you know that? Yeah.
I didn't know it's like much smaller. I'm like,
Yeah.
how, like you have to sit like a certain way.
Have y'all seen the water bottle thing? Like
That's
where
a
you?
really good demonstration.
It is a good demonstration. I feel like I should do that for you guys in just a second.
Okay.
Yeah, do
I don't
that.
think there's
I don't
any
have
reason. There's no
tampons
reason to
anymore.
do that. But
We can do it next time.
look, I think this. They've come a long way though in tampon
Really?
design.
That's true.
They used to be fucking terrifying looking,
Mm-hmm.
like
Now
the-
they've got them just the size of your pinky.
That's right.
and you can
Yep.
pop them.
What do you mean?
Oh, is that
pop
what
'em?
you got to do? They're not
Yeah,
really
the
that
applicator
small.
is like up inside of it, and so it's tiny enough to fit in your purse.
Oh,
so
no.
you fit that tiny one in your purse, and when you're ready to use it, you just
Oh, like
the
a
applicator
telescoping.
extends. Yeah.
Okay.
She's proven a point. I don't know how we got into this or what's happening.
What
right
does it
now.
matter?
Well, I don't know. I like you guys got to get home.
Well, yeah, we will. You know,
Amy is.
well, we can
fucking,
wrap it up
Amy-
fairly quick. But
Amy's yawning.
I'm
over
Hold
down.
it up.
I'm down for seeing how a tampon works. If that's what's
Jesus
about to
Christ.
happen.
Well, I'll finish this. I'll finish the podcast then. So,
okay,
see,
is this the
Dad
part where
needs
he
advice.
says?
Yep.
Because it struck me. Where he goes, everything I do is a have to.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so big.
And I mean, that's how it feels a lot. And I don't think it's just for men anymore. I think
Agreed.
every parent these days is just, I mean, there's just so much between work and almost everyone's got a side hustle and the kid stuff and trying to maintain a fulfilling relationship with your partner stuff and maintain relationships with your extended family stuff and errand stuff and legal stuff.
It's a bunch.
And banking stuff and
Yeah.
you know, when was the last time anyone just gets to just there's nothing to do
Well,
right
there's-
now.
there's-
There's always some goddamn thing to do. It feels
I
like
think there's people that are good at doing that and people that aren't. Okay,
not.
so what are we doing here? We're doing a tampon exercise.
Yep.
Oh, do I need to be on the stream to see this?
Don't do it, baby. Don't do it over
No,
your
it
computer.
blocks the stream.
Okay,
That's what it's for.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Hold on, let me stand up.
Okay.
Wait, are you on the computer? Your camera's not on.
Oh, no.
No, you told me to stay away from my computer.
No, I don't. You can turn your goddamn camera on though.
Well, it took me off my screen, so
Everyone, please rise.
like it took me all the way off my screen. Okay.
I'll be honest, I didn't know they were colorful. I thought they were
They
just
don't
white.
always have to be.
Oh.
That's
Okay,
just
you're
the
not, but your
applicator.
camera's not on though.
I'm not sure you'll be able to see it if y'all can see it.
All
Wait,
right.
hang on.
Okay, there we
This
go.
is the applicator. You insert it
into the vagina.
You push it.
Bloop. There he
Yeah.
goes.
And then you pull it out.
Free Willy. And then he stays
And
in
then
there
it
and
blows
soaks up
up.
all the blood.
Well, wait. You're not going to turn it over, so...
Yeah, that's what I
This
thought. It's
isn't a
not like
blizzard.
a blizzard. What's the water bottle thing for?
It shows how it expands.
How it expands.
So you're showing like if a woman was on her standing on her head.
Yes.
Wait, that is not as absorbent as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
This is a regular
Well,
one.
you only lose about 2 tablespoons of blood through a whole menstrual cycle.
I always feel like it's like a
Oh.
cork.
I thought it was like a cork.
And
Yeah,
when you pull
same.
it out, it just looks like a
Yes.
murder
No,
scene.
that's
You
when-
would never
that's
pull
when you
one out
come.
at the end of your period whenever it's not like it's kind of half dry. That hurts really bad.
Oh, that
Sounds
does. It
fucking
gets all
terrible.
sticky.
Yeah.
Now we
Man,
can
I
sell
really
that on our.
did think that
And
we
you
were
can
going to
take
get to
that
turn
home,
the
Sean.
bottle over.
You
No,
can,
I
I'll
tell
put
her
it
that-
next to my
I
gin.
know how it works
Yeah,
now.
I thought the
And
whole
the
thing-
sizes are based on your flow, not the size of your
Right.
vagina.
Well, guys,
so
you if you are listening to this podcast, which much of you are, you can watch that on our
Sex
on
Ed
all
channel.
of our Facebook
God, can we
pages and
start
all
one of
that
those?
stuff.
We need pamphlets.
Man, God, I don't
Your
know how to follow
changing
that.
body.
That'll be the next perk.
Yeah.
Jarrett goes to the movies, pamphlets. We can get.
I don't have enough eyebrows for that to be an Instagram.
Can we get
clip.
Dave Lacey to illustrate a whole like
100%
booklet
yeah.
for us
Yeah. Well,
with all wrong information?
as we talked about, the plan is for $1,000 a month to the bookies.
And this fucking cocksucker,
Monday morning
Jarrett,
at 8, you show up and I'll teach you the business. Oh, okay,
Okay,
yeah, but and then you guys go to the Gamblers Anonymous. Let me add a wrinkle.
This
Just a
piece
small wrinkle.
of garbage.
Got a call
ass-
from an associate in Chile, and
I'm
here's
gonna go
it's a
down there.
big deal. Let me go out there for a few months, right? And it doesn't work out. We put the Frank Buckman plan into effect.
looking a gift horse in the mouth. Can't even accept help.
I have
But
a
the thing
question
is,
about this
he just
situation.
did 26 grand for him, and as he's walking out the door, and he goes, "Oh, and I could use a little," and I have this in my head all the time. Just goes, couple of thousand enough, ample,
Mhm.
and he pats him like that, and then he goes, "What about cool?" Boy, that is a tough one. I mean, if you couldn't make, you might as well have this guy go punch his mama in the mouth.
Mhm.
I thought that well, you guys weren't around for it, but I thought that the little girl in Uncle Buck was the worst character ever in a movie in the history of all time, but it might be this guy. I hate this guy so much more than every mass murderer, every psychopath.
Pretty bad. Yeah. I mean,
the
yeah.
guy from Saw.
Okay, I've got a question about this situation though. Do you think, let's say he goes on this trip and he comes back,
Yeah.
like, is the dad expecting him to actually come back?
No,
or
no,
is
no.
he
The dad
expecting
says
him-
later.
Yeah. No.
He's
I
not
know.
coming back.
Yeah, but he's telling that to the kid.
Oh.
But in the back of his mind, he knows that if he's not dead,
Yeah.
he'll come back.
I don't
think-
get the idea that he feels that at all.
I
So do you think that he thinks he's gonna die? and
I
be
don't think that
killed?
he thinks he's going to
No,
die.
I think he thinks he got scammed. He's taking all his money. He's never coming back.
I think he thinks that first of all, he hasn't seen him in 3 years.
Oh, see, I didn't know. I didn't think that he actually gave the 26,000 yet. I thought he was saying, "I will do this if you agree to
Yeah,
my plan."
$1,000 a month.
He's
So
gonna
then
he's
he
gonna
sees them walk away, knowing those guys don't have their money yet. They're probably going to hunt him down. And
No,
kill him.
he's
no,
gonna
he's
pay
going to
them.
take the big payoff. He's going to leave, and he's never going to come back because he'll never,
No,
he
he's
has nothing to show for it.
He's going to pay the bookies $1,000 a month and pay that off.
Got it.
He's going to raise this kid, but this was sort of the ultimate thing, I think, of, again, they haven't seen him in 3 years. He's come in and he was going to sell his cars. You know this. he understands, like, hey, I just dropped off all my baggage. I'm going to South America. Maybe I come back in 10 years, but the guy's like, I might not even
He'll
be
be
around
dead.
in 10
Yeah.
years. Yeah, kind of thing. I don't think that we're supposed
I
to
got
think
the idea he
he's
was
that
taking
old.
the money and running. I didn't even get the idea they were paying the bookies at all.
No. There's no $26,000.
Right.
It's always been $1,000. So he's going to do $1,000 a month. So he doesn't have that. What he's taken with him is $2,000, the dad paying off the bookies and keeping his kid.
Got it.
And basically he won't ever come back.
Piece of garbage ass.
Yeah, piece of garbage ass. Anyway, so I like the relationship between Joaquin and the mom, you know, where he's like, that was cool, you know, and I'm glad that I love the scene where he says, I'm glad you're going out with him. He seems like a guy that would be nice to you, you know, which as a, you know, as a God, that's just such a fucking huge thing for a kid to even have to know.
I think he realized how much of an asshole his dad really is.
Of course he did. Yeah. And just men in general. I think he had a reverse thing about like, at first he's like, what is it with the men in the, with the women in these, you chase the men off. And then I think there's probably a time where it clicked and he goes, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. It's
men are pieces of shit.
Yeah. It's a world of abandonment and bad decision
Well,
making.
he heard that conversation. He heard the men are pieces of shit conversation, blah, blah, blah. So the roller coaster conversation was pretty cool.
This metaphor,
I really liked
it
when the
lands for
grandma
me.
came in and she goes, you know, I was 19 and your grandpa took me on this roller coaster and it was like up and down. I couldn't imagine how I was so thrilled and so scared and so happy all at the same time. Now others went on the merry-go-round. They just went round and round.
It didn't ever go anywhere.
And they never went anywhere. But I really liked the freaking roller coaster. And Steve Martin, of course, is a man. So he's like, I was so confused about my life. And then grandma tells a story and it all just makes sense. And she's like, I like the roller coaster story. I think she's brilliant. If she's so brilliant, why is she sitting in the neighbor's car?
Yeah. It was good comic relief. I like that metaphor. And there's a band I like called String Cheese Incident. It's, you know, bluegrass jammy band.
Is that right?
Yeah. And they've got a song called Good Times Around the Bend. And one of the lyrics in it is the roller coaster has to roll to the bottom if you want to climb to the top again. And I say that, you know, not often, but I've said it enough to people in kind of situations like that. And I do love that. I wasn't expecting, I mean, I will say I expected this to be funny and it was.
Yeah.
And I guess I should have known if it stood the test of time for this long, it's not just because it's funny.
Sure. 91%
so
too on Rotten Tomatoes.
I guess I should have known that there was a value to it, but man, there were multiple parts of the movie that really hit. And that was one of that metaphor was one of them.
Yeah. You know, I don't even know that we needed the scene of the play other than to just put him onto the roller coaster and him to realize all of it.
Yep.
And
exactly
to see him with the tears in his eyes going, fuck, Justin, you know, what are you doing? And then it's just like, by the way, it's super easy for a complete set to not get destroyed by a small child. So this was very unbelievable, but I get it. It's fine.
But you're right. Put him on the roller coaster and it's hard in the moment, and we all know it, to look around and go, in the grand scheme of life, if this is the worst fucking thing that happens to me today, this week, this month, this year, then I'm still doing better than 99% of the world. People out there with real fucking problems, going through real fucking shit every goddamn day. Little kids that wake up every day hoping that they can dig through trash enough to find food for that day, only to go home, still be hungry, wake up and do it all again the next day.
Dude, look at what families are going through in the fucking Ukraine right now, you know?
Yeah.
You know what? I look at it like this. I go to Eddie Murphy's Drunk Father, and this is the way that I think about life all the time. He just said, you know what, Eddie, you know what it is? This is life. Yes.
Exactly.
And it fucking it sums it all up, guys. His fucking alcoholic father was a genius.
Right.
You know? Sean, take us to the last clip.
Well, it's a girl. Helen's fine.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Great.
Such a payoff at the end.
And all the kids are the exact same.
All the kids are
And
stoked.
it's like a
and-
year later.
Yeah, and everybody's having children at different areas in their life and different times, and that's parenthood, man. You know, Eric, what'd you think about this movie?
I thought it was great. I'm glad that you suggested it. It was a very off the cuff comment last week at trivia.
Your lower intestines.
I wasn't sure you'd even remember that we had said we wanted to do this movie.
Yeah, I texted Sean right away.
And I thought it was great. It hit me in all the feely spots. Because it ain't easy. And but there's a payoff to it. And I think that this movie does a really good job of kind of encapsulating all of that. The struggles and the corniness and the happiness, but that at the end of all of it, it is just worth it. And and I don't think that's easy to do. I think it would be really easy to go too far in one direction or too far in another, too goofy or too serious. And you can make that movie, it would just be different than this one.
It's a pretty brave approach, actually, to not take it too far into the extreme and try to just go, hey, here's a dose of like literally everything. All of this is reality.
Yeah, none of this is so far outside of the world of possibility as to become a caricature of itself.
100%.
And
we
so-
give you Steve Martin. You know what I mean? Like it's like, and he gets to be Steve twice as Cowboy Dan, and then after they win the baseball game, and he dances around. And that's probably what got people into the theaters, and then they love the movie, right?
And we get to see that every now and then. You know, sometimes we get a Robin Williams where he's not Robin Williamsing the shit out of a role.
Yeah.
And I like Steve Martin, but sometimes there's a hesitancy because he can be a little
Steve
wild
Martin.
and crazy guy.
Yeah, totally.
And so I thought he was well restrained, whether that was just him maturing as an actor at this point or
he was figuring it
the
out by
director.
then. He
you
was
know?
also writing books at this point and kind of getting all that shit, you know. I mean, mid 80s Steve Martin to late 80s Steve Martin is there's a big transition there.
Yeah. So I thought it was wonderful. Excellent suggestion.
Casey, you hadn't seen this before, and I was so excited to watch it with you. What did you think, baby?
Yeah, I really, really liked it. I think it held up. The cast is insane. I had no idea like how many people were in it. I think it was relatable. I mean, on every level, parent, sibling, child, the whole thing. So I really enjoyed it.
Amy, what'd you think?
I enjoyed it too. I was surprised and confused.
Had you seen this
because-
before?
No,
Okay.
I hadn't seen it. I'd never heard of it. And so you told me Steve Martin. I was like, yes,
Yeah.
it's going to be great.
Okay.
So I didn't know that it was a little bit more serious and
Sure.
it wasn't going to be all this laugh, funny, like Father of the Bride kind of movie.
Mhm.
So about 20, 30 minutes in, I was a little bit confused.
Okay.
I was like,
Yeah.
where does it get funny?
Right. Yeah.
But there were funny parts. of
There
it.
are funny parts.
Yeah, it was good. But I didn't know what to expect, but I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
It was good.
You enjoyed it.
I did.
Okay.
I don't know if I would sit down and watch it again.
I understand
but
that.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Jonathan, you know, you had to pull clips. Had you seen this before?
Yeah, I saw it when it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've loved it. I love him. I love LA Story. That's
Yeah.
another one of my favorites.
Not an overtly funny movie as well. Yeah, I mean, you know, that was part of what made Steve Martin of this time anyway. Again, you guys got to think 10 years before this, he was a stand-up comedian, the first guy selling out arenas, you know, and silly, wild and crazy guy, as Eric would say. But yeah, man.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, me too. This was an interesting watch for me. I have always loved this movie. Again, there's many things that many things that I say from the movie that just make its way into my vocabulary because, as the sign in Amy's house says, I speak movie quote. But it hit me different this time, and I think I watched it from the same space you did, Eric. The realness of all of it hit me. The fact that none of this is far-fetched, just again, as we said earlier, the fact that they made this movie where it was like, hey, here's a bunch of real shit, and we hope you guys enjoy it. And then it was a successful thing. Because you can sort of pinpoint and see all of these people in your everyday life, even now.
I think it also probably depends on the season of your parenting life that you're in. You know, Gage Stricklin, who is on 5 Questions, is holding his baby girl.
Yeah.
And a watch at that season of parenthood is probably a lot different than someone, you know, like me who has younger kids, or like you who has teenagers in college
and teenagers and a 9-year-old.
younger.
Yeah.
So I bet you could watch it every 10 years and get something a little different out of
I think you're right.
what you're seeing.
I think that's that goes to the genius of Ron Howard, and obviously an amazing screenplay and a great movie. And my goodness, we're back, guys. This has been Jarrett Goes to the Movies, talking about Parenthood. We got 2 mailbag things to get through. Eric, Sean, take us there, buddy.
Let's check the email box. Email us at jaredgoestothemovies@gmail.com.
Hi there, Sean and Jarrett. Okay.
All right. This is going to be, this has got to be Homeboy.
I have been a $5 supporter for years, but after meeting Kate MVP Etro this week, I've decided to up my game and become a producer. I love the podcast and want to contribute to its continued success. If possible, could I be Paul Storm the Castle Boyle when Jarrett reads the names out, inspired by the banter Jarrett had with the VIP guests at Bexel on the recent BFS UK tour? Thanks, Paul Boyle.
Paul Storm the Castle Boyle.
So it's Bexhill, but do you think over there they just say, where are you from? Bexel?
Bexel by the Sea is what it's called, actually.
Okay. Under the sea, I think is how they pronounce that.
Under the sea.
Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me.
Oh my God, this is so dirty. Go to the next one.
Hello. I wanted to send a poignant and heartfelt email for the 300th episode, but Sean only gave me 2 months to get it in. So I ended up blowing the deadline. Wow. I started to compose it several times in my head, though, and it would have definitely said something about how you guys are literally like my best friends, and I think you're all amazing humans and parents, and the podcast gives me so much joy and laughter. But it would have been funny and well written, and I probably would have referenced excellent 80s movies like Grease 2 and Strange Brew, but not Beetlejuice and The Burbs. But since I procrastinated, I get to tell you how much I enjoyed Eric and Greg's Uncle Buck podcast.
Oh, it's Greg,
that
probably.
is nice. It was funny and insightful, and they were spot on with their analysis that Buck was the hero the whole time, and the sister was a total shitbag. Did anyone else fail to recognize her when she showed up as the super perky mom in Yes, Dear 10 years later? Apologies to Eric, but Jarrett is 1000% right that Back to the Future 2 is a giant steaming turd. Speaking of which, thank you, Woody Chambers, for your Iraq crop dusting story. I imagine making the show can get tedious, but I hope that you all know how much your fans love you and appreciate you. Much love, Annie Ullman.
Man, Annie, I got to be honest. That
P.S.
Jeez.
I promise to do better by the 400th episode.
Annie, I'm going to be honest. That hit me.
P.P.S.
God fucking.
Just kidding. That's what I am reading
I
right
get
off the
it
screen.
now. I get it. I just want to say that is the email. That's the message I needed. And I really appreciate that. It really felt good. And I I sense exactly what you're saying. And man, I love doing this show. I love that you guys listen to the show. I'm glad that we're back together. It's going to be a sporadic summer, guys. I got to get back to work. But we're going to continue to bring you guys quality entertainment as long as you guys support this show. So, I would like to throw to Eric for how to connect with us.
Well, they can do that on our website, jarrettgoestothemovies.com. On Facebook, a couple of options there. Jarrett Goes to the Movies and the Jarrett Goes to the Movies fan page, a very active community there. YouTube and Twitch, that is Jarrett Goes to the Movies. For those, you will want to subscribe and turn on notifications. On Instagram and Twitter, at Jarrett Movies for all of your memes. For Patreon, that's how you can support the winning team at patreon.com/Jarrett Goes to the Movies. Email us, jarrettgoestothemovies@gmail.com. And you can text us or leave us a voicemail. The number is the same. Either way, 714-451-6029. That's 714-451-6029. Don't forget to join us next week when we discuss a film.
New Bowling for Soup album is out. New Jarrett Ray Reddick album is out. Thank you for sharing. Chris Pulse, Simon Rogers, Barry Ferguson, Jerry Lewis.
Wayne Dwops.
Okay. Joey Bishop, David Kendrick, Adam Feather, Thomas Nicholas. Oh my God, that guy's famous. Jason Palladino, Celeste Mary Meadows, Gage Stricklin, Dave Mincarelli, Dave Mincarelli, Greg Lee. Y'all, this has been a blast. We will see you down the road.